came to see. Came to see. We gotta find the music for the Critically Unfocused podcast, episode 178. Totally knew that. What's going on?
Just play the theme music.
Okay, gotta scroll down.
Look at that. Oh.
I did come in for the 808.
Someone's gonna have to. Oops.
Hey yo. Hey, how many kills did it take for a UAV to come online? I don't be playing online games like that.
About 3 of them things.
Okay, I thought it might be 10 or something. I thought you was trying to.
Nah, that's like you're at like attack chopper,
okay.
AC-130. That's that range out. I'm good, but that's every now and then.
Okay, noted. Well, welcome.
What's happening?
How's it going? As you can tell, we only got 2 voices for the next 5 to 10 minutes, maybe.
I'm so happy to be at this taping of the podcast. You know,
talk about it. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's a good time, man. You know,
hey, I just want to welcome you to the Fiction Club. You know, Blake went.
I'll wash it out. Washing out
the fiction is crazy. Yeah,
see the patches. Yeah, that's me. That's all natural.
Why you wash it out? You went to the gym afterwards, something?
Because I watched a Drewski skit where he was talking about he was like making fun of Fresh and Fit, and he woke up from his pillow and it was just black marks all over it.
It's not like that. It's not how it works.
I didn't know. I was scared.
I'm telling you.
I'm going to sleep right after this, and plus I don't want cut hair in my bed, so
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you went to a new barber, or you went to the same barber and you told
these my people I've been going to, man. This is not the chaos barber. This is not the crash out barber. This is my I called them Mexican earlier today. I don't know if they are Mexican, but they play the music and they're like doom 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 doom.
How far are you from Aurora?
That's far. This is not the apartment takeover people.
Okay, I was just making sure you're not.
I think they're Dominican or Puerto Rican.
Okay, you're not going to the Vuvuzelas or whatever.
No. But if they can do this, and it's the tiny bench less,
I will say it's a good cut. You look different.
Look,
you look different.
I don't even know. I look at myself and I'm not used to this. I look like. I look like I'd be outside. I don't.
You look like you probably think you be looking like when you talk to your wife and you try to get real sultry. You're like, this is how I think I look.
She said if I looked like this back when we met in college, then we might not be together because I might have went somewhere else. I'm like, don't say that.
I'm glad.
I also don't know if this is doing work in Ellensburg like that, or if I could even got this in Ellensburg. So I just,
you probably could have went to somebody's dorm room and got a cut that decent. In Ellensburg, they wouldn't have given you no fiction. You might have been a couple inches. Yeah, you might have been a couple inches forward back then too.
Yeah,
so.
It didn't. Oh,
yeah. I mean, maybe not a couple inches.
Takes one to know one, you know.
Maybe not a couple inches. Hey, it's like I said. Welcome to the Fiction Club. All right, it's a book club.
Yours is solid though. You don't got like mine. Like it's the corners. Yours is straight across. It's just you just gotta you got a windshield going.
Yeah, that was unnecessary. I'm not really sure.
I do brother, look at me. Look who's talking to you.
I just don't know why you got to put nicknames on it.
My fault.
I feel like windshield is a bit aggressive. Like Aaron Jones, that's a windshield. I understand.
Oh no, Aaron Jones got he got the glass moonroof, the full glass roof,
the Tesla joint that goes from the trunk.
Exactly. Right. Yeah, he got a Tesla. Speaking of Teslas.
Holy smokes.
You did it. Yeah, holy smokes is right.
Hey, before Jamal gets here, though, I know a couple people that listen to the show, watch this show. So we got to talk about it. You've been watching The Ultimatum. I'm already done with the show. What are your thoughts on this most recent season of The Ultimatum? Which I will say, I think you've watched them all, but this is by far the most chaotic season of The Ultimatum, by far.
Is it the most chaotic?
Nigga. One of the two.
Okay, so the mass exodus is crazy.
What part was
the mass exodus? Like what you're talking about, the 2 couples dipping in the middle of the night.
2 people bounced out in the middle of the night,
4.
and then 2 couples bounced. Yeah, 2 couples bounced out in the middle of the night, and then Buddy was like, "I can hear you fucking my wife." from downstairs. I'm knocking on your door. I'm bringing the drama to your front door type shit. That was insane.
No, he was emotionally crashing out. He couldn't hear nothing. He just like
he was hearing something. He was hearing
shit. JR put that fear in him the moment he seen him. He was like, if she picks this, I have no chance.
Dog,
I don't blame him.
JR might be one of my least favorite people on the planet because like he knew what he was doing to that man when at the get together when he was like, "Who's your biggest threat?" and he goes, "Him," and the dude goes, "My name's Eric," and he goes, "I know your name, I just don't want to say it." It's like, what did he didn't do nothing to you yet. There was no there's no reason for y'all to have beef. He just came here with somebody he loves, and you like looking at him like, yeah, I'm about to knock your bitch out. I'm about to knock the bottom out of it. I didn't like that. The nigga naked all the time.
The reunion's gonna be crazy,
dog. And have you seen the part they've met back up on yours?
They are at the little dinner with Nick and Vanessa where they're like having the conversations about how the trial marriage went, and they're about to go get back together with their people. And I already know Sandy and I think his name is Nick too.
Sandy and Nick, yeah.
Yeah, I think I can tell their thing is about to be rocky just because how much he intruded on her situation and how much she was seemingly feeling it, even if it might have just like, I don't know, on the surface, everything seems very much like physical attraction, but they definitely had some chemistry going. And I can tell that they did because they ran into some issues and were able to hash them out. And like, we're pretty honest with each other about those issues. So, I mean,
they seem in love.
You actually care about something. Like,
what I didn't like about Sandy was that she and JR, they kept being like, you're not respecting the process and you're not letting it play out how it's supposed to. This nigga's alone the whole time. Like everybody kept like,
whose fault is that?
It's not his fault.
No, because look, who put them there? Fault. He did.
He did put them there. That's valid.
And he had no risk, so the chick ran off.
But if I put us there and it's like, okay, we got to go through with this experience, and the girl leaves me hour 8. You can't be like, well, you need to just let me explore. Because at this point now, I'm just sitting in the corner of the room in that chair that Travis Hunter got in his bedroom.
No, but the thing is, it doesn't matter what he is doing because the thing for him, he wanted her and he wanted this process to make her lock in on what they had going on. So if he's by himself, shouldn't matter.
I think
you shouldn't even care about the person in the room with you really at that point because you didn't go there to find somebody else. Sure. You went there to get the person you're with to lock in.
I think being by himself made it exponentially worse because he had nothing. He had
get a PS5, my boy.
he's 40 years old. That's also the bad part. He's too old to play games.
Okay, get an Xbox. They got a good retro collection on there on Game Pass, man.
Also, I don't know if you peeped too. JR definitely fucked that lady when they was at the jacuzzi, and he's like, "Hey, let's go back upstairs." And they go to close the bedroom door. He
was cheeks out, wasn't he?
He looked butt naked, right?
Yeah, I thought something happened there.
He looked butt naked, and from what I saw from her, she was doing the like head laying over the edge of the bed. And there's only one thing you do when the head laying over the edge of the bed like that.
Good massage.
So, he's massaging the throat. I agree. Yeah, that's something that happens.
Throat, cervix, something.
Didn't like that. But no, did you peep that Nick? You peeped he got a tattoo, right? Right before they met.
It's the same Latin as JR's tattoo. And I don't look, he said I gave you the wrong picture. I gave you the wrong picture, but what picture did he have?
He said I was choosing between 2 tattoos, and it was Fortune Favors the Bold and whatever the second one was. And then he was like, oh no, I gave you the wrong one. There's just no way. I'm not buying that. I'm not dumb. I wasn't.
So and that was the last episode that I watched. The one that I'm watching right now is right after that. I'm positive he's a psycho. I know you've seen everything. And I think it's going to come out that he is like fucking crazy because he said like to Mariah, the other girl who got left by herself, that he basically went through this once already with his last relationship. So something's wrong with you.
That nigga's nuts. I feel bad for him because of the fact that he clearly needs different type of help, and he shouldn't have been on this show. And the reason I said this season was the most chaotic is I don't think really anybody that should have been on this show that was really on there. Maybe what's her name? Zaya or Zanaya or whatever.
Oh, I think she definitely got a good wake up call because Scotty's a psycho too. Like
evil Tua Tagovailoa is a fucking psycho.
Wild.
When he came back, he was like, "What did you tell that nigga at boys' night?" Because he about to flash on me.
He seemed like he would be down with DV. Like I don't know.
he was looking at her like, if you say the wrong thing, I'm smacking the shit out of you. And I feel like
trial wife.
she was like,
trial hands.
She was like, "Whoa, what's going on? You were not safe." Evil Tua. I think he was on some bullshit. But yeah, Zanea or whatever her name was, she seemed like she's been through a good amount of therapy because like the way she worked through problems, I was like, okay,
she didn't let it. She didn't let it take out her square.
This makes sense exactly. I fucked with her. Mariah's kind of seemed that way, but she almost seemed like she's watched a lot of movies about therapy or read a lot of books about therapy, but never went through it. So she was trying to like.
I like her and Caleb. And then I think old girl who's with Caleb in their trial marriage. I think this was probably beneficial for her too, just because like she's just used to Scotty and seeing somebody like Caleb who's like nice. He's trying to do s'mores with her. They're doing the mask and just shit like that. And he's just like, no, we're just friends or whatever. But like, it's still letting her know, like, hey, there's people out there who aren't like as chaotic as the dude you came in here with.
Yeah.
And then plus, I think Caleb too, like he's from what he said, like he's definitely realizing like how much like Mariah means to him. So I think he's ready to lock in. Like this is probably just a good experience for him. So
yeah, Scotty needs to be on his own. I think Scotty needs to go do that tibula fibula surgery where they make you a little taller. I think he got little man complex or something because that nigga he don't need to be around women for one.
When he was cleaning the bathroom and like it seemed like they were just about to get some dinner and it turned into a fight.
It was a fight about every time I don't know anybody that wakes up in the middle of the night
at 1:30 takes their phone
to the bathroom.
He ain't seen nothing, boy. I take my phone.
And I was like, well, yeah, when I wake up in the middle of the night, I go take a shit with my phone. Because
what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna stare at the tiles? No, I'm in here scrolling.
Yeah, so he said that, and I was like, oh, you're on some weirdo type of shit. And then it's like, yeah, I know you're talking to JR. Well, that's kind of weird for you to say that. You're clearly jealous of this nigga, which is what she said. But yeah, this season has
I'll be in there doing mock drafts.
Certainly be in there taking a dump. Why did it take me 64 minutes to take a shit at 2 a.m.?
I was trying to work this trade. Don't worry about nothing.
That's exactly why niggas was waking up to trades at 7:41 because I've been up since 4 a.m.
There's no way they're saying no.
Nah, yeah, this season was wild. The reunion, they kind of answer some of the questions that we had left.
Oh, it did happen. Okay, so I saw it's a new episode today. I didn't know that the reunion that was what it was.
Oh, I didn't realize. No, the reunion was 2-3 weeks ago, I think. So maybe
it's a new episode for me since I hadn't seen everything.
Maybe, yeah, but no, they answered some of the questions. I was upset that they weren't showing more clips because I feel like in other seasons they'd be like, "Oh, so this is what you said happened, but this is what the camera saw," and they like kind of make you watch the shit you fucked up on. They do that one time, but they could have probably did it like 14 times and really just like I like to see people get caught in a lie because like you can't come on TV and then lie and the reunion like we all didn't watch the show.
Especially, it's the best when they show the clip that they didn't put in the show, but they had it recorded, and it's like, oh, well, actually, can you explain this? Like,
they got it's kind of a spoiler, but they got one of those for JR, and he's just sitting there like, and everybody on stage is like, I mean, you just said you didn't say that, and you said it 49 times to anybody who would listen to you. Also unrelated, I think that Micah and Chanel, the black dude and the girl that
left, she's very pretty.
I think they're from out here because I was looking at like all the people's Instagrams on there, and I got hella mutual followers with both of them, and there's no real reason if they're from LA for me to have like 25 mutual followers with both of them.
She got like a weird mix going on, but like it's definitely like unique. I don't know what what that is. Either way,
right, don't get yourself in trouble with your new haircut. You went to Target right after you went to Target today? You went to the gym?
I did not. I came home.
Oh, all right.
I stopped playing it safe. Actually, I went to the grocery store, but then
okay. Which baby? You took a baby with you to the grocery store when you went?
No, because I went from the barbershop, grocery store, home.
What'd you get at the grocery store?
I had to get my nephew some V-Bucks because tomorrow's his birthday.
You bought a gift. You bought a digital gift card at the grocery store with a
so I could put it into a card.
This nigga's
Friendly made him a card.
Whatever you say.
Whatever.
You got a printer. Could have printed it out.
I do not have a printer.
You got a printer at work?
I actually don't.
I don't believe that. Nah, stop playing with me.
I promise you I don't. The computer I use is not connected to the network that the printer is on, so I can't print anything.
The headphone connected to the leg bone, nigga. You got a printer.
I can scan things to myself though, because the printer has email, but like I can't print to it.
This nigga full of shit.
I have a question though, because so people who don't know, before I say what I'm thinking the direction the show should go, if you've never seen this show, first season was hetero couples, Second season was lesbian couples. Third season back to hetero couples. I think they should do something crazy and like put like either I just have like a gay season or like a bi season. I think a bi season would be chaos.
Bi season would be too much. A bi season would be too goddamn much. That shit just turned into a fucking orgy. Nah, they can't do that.
It's going. They need to make that happen. That's going to be chaos.
I don't think that people should stick to stereotypes, but I will say one of the stereotypes that I know about lesbians is that they show up to their first date in the U-Haul is the joke that gets made, and that show kind of reinforced that. Like some of them chicks moved in together, and they're like, "Oh my god, I'm ready to blow my life up." You're the
They were married in the trial marriage.
They were married in the trial marriage, and so one of the things the few bisexual people I know, people be like, "Hey man, you kind of greedy." They do be kind of greedy. You can't put them niggas on TV. They got to be fucking everything. I don't know if that's a good idea. Because then like if we're all bi and then like you come with your girlfriend and now your girlfriend leave you for a girl who came with another girl, and now what? You supposed to date the other girl? Now that don't work out. I don't think that's because like you see on this last season. What was the dude's name? Dave, the tall white boy. He was like, "Yeah, I got game. I'm smooth." He started talking to them women. They were like, "If you don't get the fuck away from me, there's nothing worse than going on this show and you can't get no bitches."
Dave got defaulted into a trial marriage.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, was not having a good time at all, and that's why he wanted to leave. He was like, "No."
He had Chanel wanted to leave.
Yeah,
I need to get out of here
because she was like, "I'm not about to be here with him."
So that's a nice couch, right? I didn't even get that far.
It's always funny too. Some couples be sleeping in the same bed together. Some couples are kissing. Other couples like, we got multiple apartments we could choose between, right? You don't got to be even in the same building. We can meet up later.
They'll cover a hotel. They said it in the production meeting. I know that's not on the. But
it don't look good on camera, but they can edit that shit up. They can edit that. Oh my god, yeah. No, Netflix has cracked the code with Ultimatum and Love is Blind. I don't know if those shows can last forever just because of like once too many people see them, but they get me every time because
get on there who basically are trying to gain the publicity or whatever. Yeah.
But they gonna rope me in every time because it's just so entertaining to watch like the inner workings of people who are basically crazy be in relationships with people who are also crazy.
I haven't locked in on Love is Blind. I've tried like once before. I tried. What's the other one? Like Too Hot to Handle.
Yeah,
something like that. I tried both of those, and like I don't know. Ultimatum is it entertains me, and those other two don't for whatever reason. Yeah. I think Ultimatum can keep happening though, just from my perspective as a person who's been married for quite some time now. Hearing people's thoughts on marriage and what they need to happen for marriage to happen, and just it seems like they are reaching and searching for something that is so far outside of reality.
Yeah, for sure.
That they might actually have the right person in front of them and can't realize. I think that those people are out there in the hordes and masses. Like I think there's plenty of people who probably could use the situation to probably maybe figure out something or maybe have those same questions and end up on this show. Because I think, speaking for myself, like I had no idea what like marriage really was and stuff like that prior to getting into one. And then now living these past almost 10 years and everything like that, you have a better idea of what that means and everything. But I see where those people are at because they haven't had that experience yet. So they think that they need all of these things in order for that to work. And maybe they do, maybe they don't. But I think that's a big question that a lot of people have because it is a big deal. Like, there's no way around it. Tons of people get divorced like all the time. Like all of our friends from college, for the most part, have gotten divorced. So that got married like around when we did. So yeah, it's not something that always works, but you got two examples here where it is. And I think that's partially probably why we're so entertained by this is that we are in working functional like partnerships.
I 100% agree with you. Like part of that's kind of what Love is Blind is because it's like at the end of that they're supposed to get married. So you see two people, unlike this show where it's one person wants to get married, one person doesn't, and then they might match with somebody who also doesn't or match with somebody who does. Love is Blind for the most part is all these people want to get married. So it is entertaining to watch all these couples work through their different idea of what marriage is supposed to be, of what it isn't supposed to be. Because some of the shit that these people on this show for, like the first season, all those people were like 25. And it's like, why are you giving your partner of 18 months at 24, 25 years old an ultimatum to begin with? That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, just live it.
As someone who got married at 25,
Yep.
or 26 years old, like very young, we were not in a position where it's like, hey, we are either getting married or we're breaking up. We could have been engaged for another 3-4 years and been perfectly fine. But then also like what they're like, oh yeah, like JR, for example, was like, yeah, I don't want to marry you because women only care about blah, 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 blah. And I've already been married once and it didn't go well. It's like, well, you don't want to get married to anybody because you've already been married once. And you're like, he's worried about like, well, women just want to rush into marriage because you got a biological clock you got to stick to. And it's like, well, yeah, that's a real thing, especially when you're also saying, I want to have 5 kids starting when I'm 40.
Yeah, what?
What the fuck are you talking about? Like,
you're not looking for anybody here. You need to marry like a 21-year-old. Like,
yeah, your mind is so warped, but you're on this show because you're with someone who seems to very clearly know what she wants, and she didn't even have a ton of expectations and like, we need to be married and it looks like this, but she's just with a nigga who's like, if once he tells you I want to have 5 kids, but I don't want to have kids until I'm 40, she should immediately be like, oh, this isn't gonna work. Like, this is never gonna work out. Because I don't know.
And when he said that too, it's like me being 33 years old, I could not imagine starting to have kids at 40. Like, I'd be walking around holding like Blakely like in one arm, and she's not even that big. She's just turned 7 months. Like, and my arm just like starts hurting. Like,
yeah.
If I'm 40 and I'm like just washed, I guess he probably wouldn't be because he's built like a DN, but I don't know, man. Like, that just seems stupid. Like, I always think like, how old am I going to be at my kid's high school graduation? And if you're talking about 5 kids, by that 5th kid, you're probably near 70 at their graduation.
Yeah. And I remember it would be a thing for like, because people just generally used to have their kids a lot younger. So at our graduation, when someone's parent was like 55, which in the grand scheme of things is not old when you have an 18-year-old, people were like, hey, your mom is like old as fuck. And that's not really that bad. More people we know are now starting to wait until they're in their 30s to have kids. So all of us are going to be 51, 52, 53 by the time our kids.
That's going to be interesting for sure. Yeah, that is very common.
This nigga saying 40, even your first kid, you're going to be almost 70 years old. Or almost 60 years old. What are you talking about? And
it's one of them things where it's like, it's somebody who has no idea what that process is like of raising a child, saying like, oh yeah, I'll be ready at 40, but it's like, you don't know what that's going to require of you. Yeah. It's like, you're not going to be ready at 40. Yeah, you might be financially stable and like have all the money to put them in the best situation like that, but for you to be there, for you to get down on the ground with them, for you to roll around with them, for you to carry them, for you to push a stroller and hold that shit in the other hand, like, you're not going to be ready for that shit at 40. And again, like, outlier, man, because he's a personal trainer who's in incredible shape and will make sure you know that every time you see him. But it's not like, I feel like a realistic way to think about it. I honestly think about like the people who like we went to high school with who had kids in high school. It's not saying that I would have wanted to do that, but I do think that they probably got a really dope experience of raising a child through their physical prime and like being able to like really involve themselves and enjoy themselves with all that. So, I mean, I don't know. Yeah. It's waiting later is dicey. You might as well, like, if you really want a kid, like, you might as well adopt and then just maybe have that kid later if you still feel like you need another kid. Like,
I completely agree. And then those would be the main people who are like, I don't believe in adoption type shit. But I do feel like in those shows, so many of the people, they're like only real motivating factor. And I think part of this might be A, how the financial world is set up now, but B, how just like people talk about marriage is like, it's only as a business thing because everybody's so broke that you can't really be by yourself and live life. But these people are like, oh, we need to be financially stable before we get married and blah, blah, blah. Or we need to like, but I think part of, at least speaking for me and maybe for you too, part of what like helped me and Amara grow in our relationship was like going through our like early and mid 20s as a married couple, figuring life out where it's like, yeah, we don't fucking work jobs where we make 6 figures yet. And we're not like earning to the point where it's like, yeah, everything's easy and like life is grand.
Oh, for sure.
And if you wait until you're 40 and it's like, then you get to 40 and you're like, well, I make 6 figures. Now I need a woman who also makes 6 figures. but is again ready to have 5 kids in the next 5 years.
She don't exist, bro.
Not realistic. And when you're only thinking of, I'm going to be ready to have a kid when I'm 40 because I'm going to be rich, because that's the only thing you're thinking of, you're missing out on all this other development. Because that person that we watch on that show, and JR specifically, should not raise a child. That person should not be an especially like a little boy. I could not imagine him trying to raise a boy.
He don't even like he said, he doesn't eat meals with, or he doesn't. They don't eat the same thing. So like he makes his own food, and like she has to do whatever she does in order to get food for herself. And it's like that in itself, like for like our household, I'm sure it is for you guys too, because like I know like you've like be like, hey, I'm eating dinner and I'll get on here afterwards or whatever.
Yeah,
like that togetherness, that moment every single day is like, it's a big deal. And like I've been plenty fitness oriented. I've like derailed my family into being vegans and vegetarians and did keto before keto was popular. Like it what I eat has always been an important thing for myself, but it's never been to the point where like it wasn't something that we were doing together. So it's like he don't seem to have the right mindset to actually be with somebody else.
He can't do. He was like, we can't do our laundry together, or don't worry about my laundry, I'll do it myself. Don't worry. Like you're not ready to be intertwined with.
And those were the things that I was saying at like 23, not whatever age he is.
Yeah,
I think he's closer to our age currently. So
yeah, I think it said he was 31 or 32.
Yeah,
he was our age. Yeah, no, that also the nigga wears weave, and I didn't like that.
Is it?
That's 100% weave. I didn't necessarily peep it, but some of the gay homies on TikTok was like, yeah, if you zoom in right here, you can see where they start to intertwine and weave in. But so I watched the show.
It's a good one.
And his hair is exactly the same for that entire show. And that's like a 6-week process. And not only is it the same.
It's not like Survivor though.
It's not, but nigga, like as someone who has dreads and I know what my hair looks like after I haven't been retwisted in 6 weeks, and I've slept on my hair, and I've worked out, and I've went to work, and I've taken showers, and I've washed my hair.
Got in the pool.
There's just no scenario in which my hair would still look like. Every day on that show, he looked like he had just gotten his hair braided. I know he's getting lineups, and I'm sure he got it rebraided. Every day, it's not going to look like that. There's going to be a day or two. There's going to be a day or two on camera where your shit, you got a couple little pieces of new growth here and there. It's just
so I'm okay. I'm gonna play devil's advocate like I always do.
Wait,
on the show.
Hold on. Before you finish though, go to his Instagram today. A year after that, his hair is the same length. It's the same hairstyle and looks exactly the same today. It looks the same on the reunion. It looked the same on every episode of the show, and it looks the same today. That nigga got weave in his head.
He could just be getting it cut, but like I'm saying, his job was a personal trainer, and I don't know where they were in relation to like a lot of people on the show, like they're working while they're on the show. They have remote
in Arizona,
jobs,
but he's from LA.
That was in Arizona.
Yeah.
Okay, so he probably can't work while he's out there. So he might have more time for personal maintenance, which is like basically part of his job. Is like I'm sure he's like taking pictures and stuff like that, and to try to attract new clients and everything. So
sure. Yeah,
that's literally part of his like job, is like making sure that everything looks the way it's supposed to look.
You could be right, but I'm just saying he'd have to be getting his hair braided once a week, if not more frequently.
I don't think that's too hard to accomplish.
I don't think it's not. I mean,
I think Willie North Pole had braids, and he's from Arizona, so I think they probably just hit Willie, because Willie might have responded to his email. Unlike we tried to email him.
That's crazy. Look, how many emails a day Willie North Pole get? 7?
At least one.
Yeah, no, fuck him. That's y'all, man. I didn't even like that nigga like that.
I don't remember what the song was.
Yeah, it was like, we gonna have him on here for nothing. Fuck him. He responds tomorrow. Anyway.
Good show though.
Right.
Good show.
It is so entertaining. It's so fucking entertaining. I love it. I love it and hate it. It makes me so.
If you went back in a time machine, do you think you could go through that kind of show? I don't think I could do it.
No, and I'm gonna say right now, specifically because of a nigga like JR. If Amara chooses up and that's who and I gotta just think, I'd be like Nick. I wouldn't be necessarily going to the door. I'd be like Micah. Micah was crying at the dinner. He's like, man, don't treat me. That's my best friend.
Just treat her right, man. We'd be good.
Don't treat her crazy, or we won't have no problems. That would be me. And she was going with Dave. She was going with a square bear.
He didn't know that though, but at the same time,
yeah, he didn't. But no, there ain't no way in hell I'm gonna be like,
I couldn't. I could hand them off.
And I could see how people get on the show because I could see it sounding like a good idea until you get there. And it's like, they do the dates at the pool, and it's like, oh, yeah, me and my ex came, and then they're showing this person, and like over their shoulder, you see the person they're calling their ex that they were dating 4 hours ago.
No, which the first meet and greet being at the pool is already scandalous.
Why?
Because it just makes someone like JR already like a huge threat. Like,
yeah, he didn't get up once. He took his shirt off, put his feet in the pool, and didn't
start kicking the water.
Yeah, he didn't. He was like, these bitches are gonna come to me. And then, like, imagine you already kind of skeptical, like about going, like Michael was, and then you got JR, and he's like, I'm just here for the hall pass. I ain't never cracked a white girl before. I'm trying to see what that's like. I'm trying to see. I'd be like, hey man, wait, what the fuck? No, we're leaving. we're leaving now, babe. You're not safe here. We gotta go.
We go to council. We go wherever you need to go to, but this ain't gonna fix it.
Nah, that I think there was another couple the first season where they got to the time where it was time to switch, and the dude proposed. He was like, "Nope, I wasn't ready, but I'm ready now. Let's do it."
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, absolutely not. Fuck no. And I have way less confidence then than I do now. Goodness gracious, no. What about you?
No, hell no. Ain't no way in hell. I'm not down with Sharon. I was definitely like early on in this whole situation was very much like the jealous type. I regretful moment. I like pulled her away from talking to somebody at one point.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, I shouldn't have done that, but I did.
Hey, I think that's unfortunately one of the things that we have all missed out on, of like you moving away when you did. And like, so like you and Bree met in college away from here, and then you guys have never lived here. So the only times I've met her have been your wedding or like at your house in a very like controlled environment. So I've never seen like, let's go out on a double date. Cause you go on a double date with your homeboy sometime, and it's like something, or your friends start arguing. It's like, damn, that nigga act like that. Or like she kind of wilding on him.
All them growing pains, like you wouldn't see them if we went out like on one today. Like they don't exist. Like we are compatico now, but like back then, because like you got to think, like I was going into Ellensburg, basically starting as a junior in college. She had been there 1 year already in their ROTC program, so she had friends and everything like that and connections and stuff. She wasn't 21 at the time, so it was just like house parties and stuff. So that's what we would go and do. But she just knew a bunch of people that I did not know, and I didn't know what her relationship was with these people. So when we hit it off, like, oh man, I don't even want to talk about this. So basically, we went to a bonfire at somebody's house that was like way outside of Ellensburg, like in the sticks, like in like just ranch land or whatever. And we were getting ready to leave there, and there was like two dudes in this hot tub. And she went to go just to talk to one of them because they were in RTC together. But like she's like leaned over the hot tub, like talking to said person, and like I've been probably like 7 Coors Lights in at this point, so I'm like not thinking rationally, and I'm like, this conversation going on too long, and I'm like, hey, what's up? And she's like just giggling and laughing, and I just pull her away. And I wasn't. Shouldn't have done that.
I know. Looking back on it today, you're embarrassed. I'm gonna tell you right now, if my lady is giggling and talking to some dude in the hot tub today, I can't guarantee you I'm gonna be like, I'm not gonna be like, nigga, what is happening over here? Like, it's time to go.
Yeah.
And I got a lot more confidence than I did when I was 21, 22. And today I still might be like, get your ass over here.
Yeah, I didn't know how to deal with none of that stuff. And like I was still dealing with like probably like suppressed like trauma and shit from the situation I went through in high school, which is like not trusting women and everything. So it was she had to deal with like a lot of things that I had to work through. So it was like going on this show would be chaotic for me because there's things that I think I'm probably good with today that I'm probably actually not good with. I just don't have to like ever address them. So
yeah, for sure. Like, yeah. Man, what a life we have all lived, huh?
What a life we have lived. Shout out to the front 7.
Hey, it's kind of crazy how much it's kind of crazy how that situation played out, and how some of your close friends have definitely made a lot of jokes about that, and never really been like, "Hey, are you good?"
Nobody's ever asked me that.
Me and you weren't really friends when that happened, so I just know by proxy, like, I was pretty fucked up, but hey, everybody's always made fun of it, so I'm going to too. But like, are you good?
That shit has felt weird to me, just because like obviously you wish it never happened, but at the same time, it's good that it did because like I didn't need to be around that person anymore. But it fucked up like so much of like what I should be able to lean back on as far as like friend groups and stuff like that, just because I never mended anything with those people. So it's like obviously today, like I shouldn't care anymore, and I don't feel like I do because I don't think about it. But there's a reason I don't talk to them. So it's like
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah,
like I don't know, maybe something that should break bread or something like that. Reach out.
honestly, looking at where those people are and where you've like the people that you do hang out with, is namely me and Jamal, the different paths that all those people have went on. Maybe it's just a good thing in general that everybody in that direction you no longer talk to, because not that you wouldn't have like left or like changed your life or gotten better, but it's like how much more time would I have spent here, and how much would I have gotten in more trouble because like I was still kicking it with this, that, and the third.
So,
or was it better? Because I kind of went through a similar thing in middle school. Where it was like, this is going to lead into that Drake point. This is perfect.
Okay.
I got into like a little fight or whatever in middle school. And I like, I thought I was cool. I thought I was funny. And I like cracked jokes. I had all the homies and stuff like that. And I got into the fight. And it was my first fight. And it was a shove. He shoved me. I shoved him. He shoved me. I shoved him because I thought there was one more shove. And then they socked me in the mouth. And I was like, God damn. And it was like, I just wasn't ready. By the time that happened, the fight gets broken up because these two kids in the middle of the cafeteria shoved each other 6 times. Nigga, we're walking out the cafeteria and people are chanting his name like he just fucking dog walked me. It might have been like 7 people, but today in my mind,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't sound like
7,000 people.
Yeah.
So like that moment, I go, damn, nigga, I thought you were supposed to be my homie, and he came from the table you were sitting at. So I know you knew what he was about to do. You're chanting his name, and I thought you was my people. And so I stopped fucking with a lot of those people. And then it's like, well, that nigga got shot. That nigga went to jail. Those 2 niggas are dead. It's probably best that happened. And I didn't stick around in a situation where I was getting disrespected for real. That would have led to me letting them disrespect me in a way that probably ruins my life or something like that. And the way I relate that to Drake is I feel like that song he put out today was him realizing kind of even what Kendrick was saying throughout this beef is when, Kendrick saying like, I'm what the culture's feeling. Drake got in, he made niggas laugh. He's made really good songs. So, this nigga's popular. He's cool. He got the hoes. He got money. We gonna kick it with him. Yeah, Braun, Drake. Yeah, we your boy. The Golden State Warriors, we your boy. You can go to whatever college, we your boy. But as soon as you got punched in the fucking mouth and it hurt, people were like, haha, look at you. Like everybody you thought was cool was like, Kendrick. Literally, LeBron is like Kendrick, yelling his name. And Drake's like, wait, I thought you were my mans. And he's like, I was until you weren't cool no more.
Wait, so there's a recent LeBron clip of him like celebrating Kendrick? Or are you just talking about when he's at the pop-up?
It was at his birthday party. He's in a suit rapping. He's rapping Man at the Garden, word for word. It sounds like that song is made about LeBron. And LeBron's well, LeBron's word for word is it's every 8th word, but he's like pointing and tapping his chest. He got his suit on. And he in the middle of his birthday party, all these people are around him, and he's rapping Kendrick shit after we've seen him at the pop out. You see him in the layup line at the game the other night. He's yelling, mustard. Like LeBron is like playing in Drake's face at this point. And Drake's having to come to the realization. And that song sounded like, I can't believe you niggas are telling me you didn't like me. He's like, yeah, when you see me in the Hamptons, I gave you a cold shoulder. I think they were giving you a cold shoulder too, Drake, because they're telling you that they don't like you. And the reason I don't want to hear it, even though it was good raps, was just like, I don't want to hear this man who's almost 40 years old talk about how he just learned he's not actually cool.
It's interesting to me that like I'm gonna say you and Jamal both can like read into what he's saying so much, but I feel like we don't have these same in-depth discussions about Kendrick's music. And maybe like when we know Kendrick's somebody who's known for like depth and like all that type of stuff, we're just saying we like it, we fuck with it, we think it's good and everything like that. Like I've listened to that song I think 3 times, and I don't have any takeaways from it other than I enjoy that he's rapping. Like I want to hear more of that. And that's basically it for me. It's like I think what you said maybe is definitely like valid. I think maybe it's one of them things where it's like you have industry homies and like maybe him and LeBron had chemistry in whatever venues it was that they overlapped in. And it's just a matter of Bron's like a hip hop fan. He's not a part of hip hop. He's not a part of that situation.
I don't know, because when you see Drake on the shop with LeBron's like, remember you called me and it was like big bro and did it, like they seem like they
I know. I think it's one of them things where it's like people call each other twin and stuff like that, and it
sure.
It's public shows of endearment to just say like, hey, you really my mans, no, you really my mans, where they might not really be like locked in like that type
and
of
I
deal.
think the problem is you're right, and Drake didn't know that.
I think yeah.
Drake's like reaction from the hard parts, well, not really the hard part 6 because it hadn't turned into what it is now, but like Drake's reaction in this song and all the shit he's been posting is clearly like he didn't realize. But like even again, like hearing DeMar DeRozan talk about like, yeah, when like I got like the Raptors traded me without saying anything, I went to Drake's house because like that's my boy, and like I said I'd depend on you for whatever forever. So like these people were clearly at some point did think that they fucked with him super.
I was gonna say with the LeBron thing, they had an overlap with Sprite. I think that's probably where everything started really kicking off with them.
Sure,
but,
and Nike.
But I don't know if that was and I lost my point because you said something. Okay, so Drake and LeBron, they showed some obviously like type of kinship or whatever, and he felt comfortable talking to him on the shop because that's where he confirmed like that Adonis was like real and everything like that. That was a kid, and like he had a rollout plan, and Pusha T ruined that. And he definitely called LeBron brother and all that kind of stuff. But I do think that might have just been like him showing one direction or the other, because the only reason we're talking about LeBron right now is because somebody made a tweet and said that was about LeBron. Drake hasn't said that.
No. I think we would have gotten there still, though. Seeing the video of LeBron just rapping in the club, the Kendrick shit, seeing him at the pop out, and then seeing how Drake reacted to DeRozan, Drake's got that same energy for LeBron. And I think that song,
I don't know if he does. I still feel like they could probably be homies, because I think like he might understand that it ain't like that. Like, because the other point of all this is like the whole entire back and forth with Kendrick, Drake and him just both basically had a bunch of lies about one another. So none of it was real. And LeBron, if he actually knows Drake and is close with Drake, he's going to hear everything that Kendrick is saying. He's like, yo, that I know that's not true, but this song is fucking hot. Like, I'm going to this concert. Like that is very possible.
I don't think Drake is going to think that like, it's okay that you said that the song was hot. Drake doesn't seem like he likes those lies that were told. The lies were
they're egregious. I don't think he's ever gonna I don't think him and Kendrick will ever be cool, but I do feel like if it's someone who actually knows him, like says like that was a bop, like I can't, what do you want? Like, you know it was a bop. You've referenced it. Like it's
nah, because I don't think he thinks it's a bop. I think
yes, he does.
He thinks this shit's gimmicky. He thinks you're doing the most. He said he called the pop out a gimmick. He calls it antics. He does not respect what Kendrick's doing. I don't think he likes these lies or this carrying on that Kendrick's doing. And maybe we just see the situation a different way, but I don't think Drake likes the way that what this is carrying out. I think the other part, I think he's laughing it off. No, you're good. I just don't think he's laughing it off.
I don't think he's laughing it off either. I think he's still locked in on Kendrick for sure. But I'm talking about more so just his relationship with LeBron, how that may not necessarily be severed. And this person who made a good tweet was being messy. I think it might just
agree.
Be
I just say I agree. And when I finally listened to that song, I was like, no, I think it's about him. And I don't know if it's exclusively about him, because he does say you niggas and like he does say that, but like LeBron and DeRozan, I guess, were probably the two most public people that Drake really was ever seen with and fucked with heavy. Those were like the main two people that were like publicly involved in this.
Let me okay, this is the other part I was going to bring in. So I've paid the $10. I have access to the Inevitable series by J. Cole, where he's doing like his basically audiobook telling of his career and all that kind of stuff. And he was talking about like how in the lead up to his first album, before he dropped, I think the warm up, which was like Warm Up and Friday Night Lights, was like the two mixtapes that kind of got him like really recognized by everybody else. Mm-hmm. He like came across Drake on MySpace, and he was like, damn, like this dude ain't signed yet, but like he has all these listens on here. This is crazy. And he ended up reaching out to him, and they ended up getting connected somehow. But they formed a friendship like way back then, and that's how like Can I Hit It in the Morning came out. But fast forward, I think probably around kids on drugs time for J. Cole, I think there might have been like some rumors that they were like just some tension or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. I remember that.
And then I think it was either on Cole's Instagram or Drake's, one of the two. They made a post sitting together like inside some like SUV, and like they like exchanged watches and like just showed that they're homies and all that kind of stuff. And so you figure like that's the thing that's like been a friendship for probably close to 15 years at this point. I think, I don't know. I feel like Drake's public friendships and relationships are just kind of managed different. The fallouts that he has with people who are close to him tend to look a lot different. Like I feel like how he fell out with Weeknd does not look like what the situation looks like with LeBron.
I would agree there. I would agree there. Hopefully I don't. Hey, what if we find out that Drake's people is the one that spray painted the N-word on LeBron's gate back in the day before he moved?
That'd be crazy.
Was that in Miami? Was that at their Miami house?
That was in Bath, Ohio, sir.
That's the where they pay. Oh yeah, no, that was definitely Drake. If you look it up, I bet you. Hey, keep it a buck. If you look it up, Bath, Ohio is probably an hour and a half flight from Toronto. I bet you that shit.
All that stuff is weirdly close in that region.
Toronto. You think Toronto is like North Canada? That shit is across the street from Times Square.
No. Toronto is like Portland to Detroit. Like Portland to Seattle is like Detroit to Toronto.
Yeah. Yep. They're right across. They got a bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, they take you right into Canada. They got a bridge that cuts in half. Yeah, them places is ridiculous.
That bridge is, that's where them truckers came and shut it down. That's what that bridge was.
Oh yeah, that is facts. Shit. Speaking of truckers shutting it down, what you making any connections about this truck, that cyber truck that got parked outside of Trump
All right,
Tower?
hold on. I gotta find the name of this guy that I watched today. Before I say it. But yeah, hold on. Crazy situation. New Year's Day, we had two major incidents go down. One in New Orleans, terror attack, terrible. I think like 16 people dead or something like that. Yeah. Dude ran into the crowd, then got out, started shooting. ISIS flag on the truck.
He started shooting.
He started bussing. Bourbon Street.
I didn't realize he started shooting. I just
postponed the Sugar Bowl.
I just saw the truck stuff.
I ain't seen, and there's a video apparently. I ain't seen the video.
The videos, the truck moving so damn fast, you just see people disappear.
I don't like it.
Yeah, no, that shit was crazy.
Either way, so RIP to all those who lost their lives and all those affected.
Yeah, that's sad.
We wish you. Greatly Gonna Focus podcast. With you. Cybertruck incident in Las Vegas at the Trump Hotel.
Hours later, right?
They were close. So we were at a friend's house playing board games and going over both of these. So dude, basically I think he lives in Colorado Springs. He was currently deployed, or TDY, which is like temporary duty, something like that in the military, where like you're going somewhere else to work somewhere. He was in Germany and was back home in Colorado Springs on leave. Rents a Cybertruck on Tyrell, drives it from Colorado Springs to Vegas, and loaded the back of it up with like gasoline cans, like camp stove canisters, and fireworks. Shoots himself, thing detonates. I don't think anybody else died. I think it just
he shot himself first.
He shot himself first, yeah.
Huh. Okay. That's interesting.
So hold on. So the guy that did this, Green Beret Special Forces, has some probably information on how to make an explosive device. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Probably had a dead man switch or something to the ladder where he shot himself, released his hand, that set off the fuse. Boom. They started releasing more information about him, where he worked, where he's from, what his background was, and all that kind of stuff. Today, I watched a video from this dude on YouTube. He's very popular, but this is the first thing I've ever watched from his channel, called The Sean Ryan Show. And I think he just like interviews like military associated people and like talks about those kind of topics and stuff like that. This video got uploaded 4 hours ago, has 1.4 million views already. I really should just pull up the part on here when the guy starts talking about this. But either way, there's somebody who has an Instagram account. They're a former intelligence analyst for the military who's now doing this thing, private sector. And they got an email from him on the 29th, like asking for him to publish this stuff. Like they got an email from the guy in the Cybertruck asking for these things to be published so that it can get in front of people. And basically his whole thing was that he was involved in a raid on like what was supposed to be a drug manufacturing facility in Afghanistan in 2019. And it turns out that it wasn't, and they ended up killing like 135 civilians, and like they just got wiped from the media. So he was like, I need to get light on this thing. And because this guy couldn't verify what he was saying was true, he didn't publish it. And I think basically this is his way of making sure that everybody knows about it, was killing himself in front of Trump Tower. So that now we look into him and figure out, oh shit, like hold folks to task, because he got out in 2020 and it probably just been living with this, that like so many innocent people died for like nothing.
That's some sick shit to live with. Yeah.
And there's not timestamps on this yet.
Yeah, these situations were wild. So that was a crazy way to start the new year. And it's like the Trump Tower one seemed to kind of come and I won't say come and go, but just didn't hit. And maybe it's the one that has 16 people dead was more important. But yeah, that one I didn't realize half of that shit at the end that happened.
This all just happened today. Like his letter just came out today because his interview just came out today.
Got it.
So like he emailed the guy that Sean Ryan brought onto his show, and he emailed Sean Ryan too. But Sean Ryan, like I guess his public facing email just gets a ton of things every single day. So like he literally paused the episodes like, okay, we're gonna go search our email to see if we have anything with that, because now they had his email address to search with. And they had it. And this guy who they brought on like had he had set up like a Signal chat with him, but didn't respond to him. And then it like after when the guy died, like I guess like something with his Signal account changed. So there's like the thing that came from the show was like he might have just like set up a body in this truck and still be alive.
Yeah,
because they couldn't identify shit off the body.
When I saw there's like a picture showing the front of the car. When you see the body, it almost kind of like, it's hard to say too because it fucking blew up. But it kind of looks like someone. That's why I was surprised when you said it was shot before, because it looked like someone was just already dead in the car, and then they caught on fire. But obviously they're dead in the car and they caught on fire, so it's hard to say. But yeah, it wouldn't be surprising if he like just planted a body in there.
Yeah. The other thing that he got into in when he reached out to the guy that Sean Ryan brought on his show was the drones, and he was basically saying like those drones are the reason that they're moving the way that they're moving is because they're basically using, like, how we're familiar with is like hover car technology, like anti-gravitational lifts. So that's how come they can like just dart back and forth as quick as they do. They were launched from like a Chinese submarine, and then us and the Chinese are the only people that have the technology to do this stuff. So that if you remember, like way back when like the government like first acknowledged like UAPs, it was a Navy video showing like one coming up from the ocean.
Yeah.
But they're saying like, yeah, basically like these drones are more or less harnessing like technology that's recovered from like alien shit, because it doesn't really exist anywhere except science fiction.
Hey man, what is going on? What are we talking about right now?
I think we're at a point now where there's like too much cameras and too much information to like really like hide things as much as like people have been able to hide things.
Yeah.
So
if 150 people told you they saw drones in New York, you'd be like, okay, yeah, no one would ever hear about that. But now everybody got a camera.
Yes, and obviously there's dubious footage of a lot of things.
Some of them are boo.
Like we still got Bigfoot hunters out here. It's
but hey, we ain't gotten Bigfoot in a long time since the cameras got good. We get more UFOs now that the camera got good.
Yeah. So take that for however you will take it. I just feel like we're on the cusp of something.
I don't like being on the cusp of anything. I keep thinking that there's just a weird societal collapse upon us or coming soon. And it's like, I don't want to think we're on the cusp, but people keep doing, like, CEOs is getting shot in the street.
One. We can't say CEOs. One.
That's one is one too many. That's great. But and low key is not even one. The Square Cash App buddy from a couple years ago. He did. They said that was a drug deal gone wrong, but I don't want to hear about that. Nancy Pelosi husband, the most prolific trader in the world, and this nigga got beat up by his gay boyfriend.
With a hammer.
With a hammer. Like
in his underwear.
I know they're not all CEOs, but it's weird happening.
The greatest trader of all time.
Bro,
hold on. I'm gonna make sure this don't go too long. This is the email from the gentleman who was in the Cybertruck. That's his email address up here at the top. Proton is a very popular, like, encrypted end-to-end email service. I have a Proton account. I have 2 Proton accounts. It's common in the intelligence field to use Proton and Signal. But here we go.
Order. I am sending this now. Please do not release this until 1 January and keep my.
So hold on. So he's giving like a verification here of like what his first car was, the 2006 Black Ford Mustang V6. This is him talking about the drones. He says what we have been seeing with drones is the operational use of gravitic propulsion systems powered aircraft by most recently China and the East Coast, but throughout history of the U.S., only we in China have this capacity. Our OPSIN location, operation center location for this activity, in the box below. It's not on here. He blacked out some people's names. I think it's probably his own email address, the guy who's on the show. He's explaining how come like the speed of these things is like so just like out of this world is because the technology is like something that basically is. But towards the bottom of this, he's getting into I think the reason he's trying to draw attention to everything. He was saying, hold on. Okay. I've been followed for over a week now from likely Homeland or FBI, and they're looking to move on me and are unlikely to going to let me cross into Mexico, but won't be because they know I am armed and have a massive VBID, which is a vehicle-based IED car bomb. I've been trying to maintain a very visible profile and kept my phone, and they're definitely digitally tracking me. Fucking nuts.
Yeah, that's wild.
He said, I have knowledge of this program that's in referencing to the drones and all that stuff. And also war crimes that were covered up during airstrikes in Nimruz province, Afghanistan in 2019 by the admin, DOD, DEA, and CIA. I conducted targeting for these strikes of over 125 buildings. 65 were struck because of civilian casualty, CivCas, that killed hundreds of civilians in a single day. I don't know what this one means. US for continued strikes after spotting civilians on initial ISR. That's like their like signal intelligence, like looking down at shit, satellite reconnaissance. It was supposed to take 6 minutes and scramble all aircraft in CENTCOM. That's the AOR over there of like the Middle East. The UN basically called these war crimes, but the administration made them disappear. I was part of that cover up with US 4 and agent blocked out their name for privacy reasons of the DEA. So I don't know if my abduction attempt is related to either. I worked with General Miller's IO staff, who's I think was the head of CENTCOM, as well as the response to Bala Mergrab. I don't know what that is. AOBS commander at the time can validate this. Yeah, so he's trying to make public war crimes that were covered up, as well as the drone program, because he feels like the drone program is like going to lead to World War III. I think he mentioned that somewhere up here earlier. But if this is like legit, like he basically was like trying to draw a lot of attention to some shit.
Yeah. The verification stuff he's putting in there is interesting too, because it's like kind of I mean it's adding some validity to it, I guess, but yeah, I don't like it. Never mind. I'll say something kind of crazy.
It's pretty nuts.
Yeah,
this was a good watch. I don't. Again, like maybe if some people have heard of Sean Ryan out there, I don't know. He might have some shit that people don't like about him. I have no idea. I just watched this episode, and they seem very much of the mindset that things are being covered up that don't need to be covered up, and they've been working to uncover things. And somebody, if there's like a nasty person, Google, just do that first, because I'm not recommending anything until someone figures that out. But
Sean Ryan, let me see. Okay, never mind. I was just looking to see if it was any of those videos I was seeing pop up on TikTok where they're interviewing people like that. All right, well, that's not fun. I don't want to talk about that anymore. That sucked.
Yeah, more to come probably.
Yeah, I didn't like that at all. What do we got next?
Have you seen the Meghan Markle trailer?
I haven't, but hey, I'm telling you right now, I'm on season. I'm coming up on season 6 of Suits. She be kind of on there doing it. I respect her.
Oh, for sure. I'm gonna just give you a dope for this trailer, because I think if not, it's gonna be like on Undercover Brother. He's like white Caucasian overload. Caucasian overload. I don't. Is it like a documentary? I feel like her and Prince Harry are on TV a lot. I think she thinks she's Martha Stewart.
Oh, stop it. Oh.
Let's go. I've always loved taking something pretty ordinary and elevating it, surprising people with moments that let them know I was really thinking of them.
What? This is probably one
That
of
Mindy Kaling?
What
the hell?
Yes.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
This is. Does she got a sweater over her shoulders? This is incredibly white.
Yeah, she does.
She
I
I
mean,
sweater toss over her shoulders while cooking.
it's given William Sonoma.
I'm going to share some little tips.
This is like
and
trad
tricks.
wife propaganda.
This might be trad. That's the episode title.
This is
I see what
insane.
color I gravitate to, and everything goes from there. And how you can incorporate these practices every day.
She's just making stuff.
That 1000% was rhubarb, which is trash.
Yeah, it's ass.
Throw
So
that
yeah,
out
is she just making stuff? Is that what
She's just making stuff.
Because she's cooked a cake, she's made a bouquet, she's made
Who's this?
margaritas. I don't know who that is.
That looks
Morley
like
Simmons?
Fabio Union.
She do look like a reunion show.
Yeah, just she's doing bee
Is
stuff.
she fencing? She's fencing?
Going to get some honey from the bees.
Oh, okay, got it. Oh,
Look at that chicken.
Cameraman eating
Look at that
fried
chicken.
chicken.
Look
Yeah,
at
that chicken looks ass. Is that baked or fried?
I think it was air fried. Dog falling asleep. It's.
I cannot believe that whatever that is being made.
That's what my thing. Like, I just got to know who was waiting for this.
Yeah, because to my knowledge, I feel like people don't really fuck with that couple like that, do they? But they always do.
So
on
look,
TV,
the
they
thing
fuck.
is, like, before she got engaged to dude, I had never heard of someone mention her name. I knew what Suits was, but like, I didn't know like there was like a Meghan Markle trial. Like, you know, like Selena Gomez has like fans. Like, she got a freaking show with HBO. People talk about her. People care about what's going on with her. I never heard about that Meghan Markle.
No,
The conversation around her has been like solely negative. Maybe not to her fault at all, but like,
yeah, it's her family's racist, or the family towards her was racist.
Exactly.
And they had to get kicked out, is what we know about.
Yeah, there's people who care a lot about the royal family, so they don't like how she talked about them. But no one has ever said, like, I'm a huge fan of Meghan Markle, at least not that I've heard. Maybe that's like we're just not a demographic, but I don't know.
I feel like I got some crossover demographic and I ain't heard it. But again, she be doing the 2 month suits. I'll say that much.
The stuff that she's doing on this show, I will say, I know someone like my mom would be interested in this, but I have not heard a peep from her about this show.
Yeah, your mom might be interested when she's like, oh, it's Thursday night. I'm about to just like cook around the house, like fuck around. I'll have this on in the background. She's not like, oh, I need to watch the Meghan Markle show.
I need to see what Megan's doing.
Yeah, I don't know people that think about Meghan other than Oprah. Maybe she's trying to be Oprah, I guess, but also Martha Stewart.
Could be coming for Oprah.
Martha Stewart started smoking weed, so the white people kind of lost her a little bit. She kind of over here with us, just a teeny tiny bit. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe they need a Martha replacement. Whatever happened to Rachel Ray?
She's still doing it.
Is she? Okay.
She sells dog food, not like Detroit dog food, like actual dog food.
She got a black husband?
I don't know.
I'm gonna assume she does.
I just seen Jada in the news recently. I know she's still doing it too.
Who?
Jada De Laurentiis with the massive head. Food Network.
I know De Laurentiis. I don't know.
Hold on. Once I pull her up, you're gonna immediately like, oh, okay, that noggin.
This head got to be big as hell.
Is massive. No,
that's a big ass head. Yeah, because it's hella big for her body. God damn, yeah.
Yeah, she's like Food Network golden child.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a big ass head.
Yeah.
That's an interesting. That's an interesting face. She look a little evil.
She's like Kay Adams' cousin. That's what she looked like.
Hey, Kay Adams be doing it to him.
Don't get yourself in trouble. You already told me on here.
And she's a Chargers fan. Oh, buddy.
I thought she was a Bengals fan.
Nah. She be in there on the powder blue every once in a while. Fuck you, Joms.
Right.
Speaking
Is
of
it confirmed?
I think so. I'm like positive. Yeah. Speaking of Shams, though, he bullied Jimmy Butler into getting suspended. Is that what happened? Jimmy,
the games he played with Jimmy Butler's agent are all time. Jimmy Butler's agent was adamant that there was nothing going on. I was like, he narrowed it down to 4 teams. It's going to happen before February.
I don't understand how that happened. Like, is Jimmy Butler telling his agent to say this isn't happening, or is Jimmy Butler agent in the dark?
I'm gonna bet that his agent represents somebody else who's on the Heat and is probably trying to save face and like tell Jimmy, like, hey, we gotta cool this down. Like, we cannot do this. And Jimmy's just texting his like, yo, get me out of here, bro.
Yeah, Rachel Nichols don't got no pull no more. Let me get Shams. Which is funny. Yeah, no. Shams was cooking. Shams was cooking him up. Hey, suspending him 7 games. That's a lot of games.
They said like I think the total was like 4.5 million or something like that for Jimmy.
Damn. Yeah, that's a big suspension for conduct detrimental to the team.
Well, I don't know if you've seen him play recently, but he's absolutely been out there like selling.
Okay.
Like,
hey,
having a wide open layup and just holding on to the ball. Not going up.
At which point is Jimmy Butler the problem?
He might be right now. He honestly might be right now.
I feel like he ends up being the problem everywhere he goes. Like, we like that he beat up Cat and them because it's a funny story, but that's crazy. We like that he beat up Embiid because it's a funny story.
I forgot he was in Philadelphia.
Yeah, he was in Philadelphia, beat up Embiid, and they were like, "We'd rather give Tobias Harris that money. You're fucking crazy. Get out of here."
That was nuts.
He went to Miami. He's lasted a long time in Miami. Like, it's been quite a while with no issue. But now it's you the problem again. Jimmy Butler seemed like he said in his press conference thing, like, "Oh, I need to get back to the joy of playing basketball." He seems like his joy of playing basketball kind of fickle, because that nigga, if it's not a championship level season, he turned into Antonio Brown.
No, so I'll say the one caveat that we do know: nobody is probably harder on their players than the Heat as far as like maintaining your physical condition to play basketball. And at this level, Jimmy Butler being like a multiple-time All-NBA, multiple-time All-Star type of guy, he knows what it takes to play the game of basketball. He don't need someone in his ear telling him like what he has to do to be good in the NBA level. I get how at 35, which is like telling of the NBA career, that just all might be annoying and a bit too much for a team who's like consistently like a 7 seed. Like we're coming in and being underdogs every time we do something. We're not coming in here just kicking ass the whole season and me being able to sit 4th quarters. So
that's a lot of running to be doing. Yeah, he always seems to have a valid reason for his crash out. He just always gets to a crash out. He reminds me of somebody I know. Where you don't necessarily be wrong when you decide to jump out the goddamn window. Why'd you jump out the window feet first? Why'd you do it that way? Okay, god damn, we could have handled this like adults. Jimmy's like, no, actually, I'm gonna beat your ass on the way out of here.
Mm-hmm.
You think he gets traded, or do you think Pat Riley's gonna be like, no, I'm more stubborn than you. You're not going anywhere.
Well, with the latest from Shams about I guess Jimmy apparently not caring what team he goes to, I think it's a lot easier to trade him. Yeah, I think it's a lot easier to trade him because I mean there are bad teams that have a bunch of salary ate up that they could probably swap him for. I mean, he could end up in Detroit for all we know.
But so like, if you are the bad team and you know how he's going to act if the team gets too bad, or if you don't like somebody on your team, or and not just don't like him, if he just don't like how you approach basketball, which clearly he has varying like breadth on that, because Miami might be doing a little bit too much, but he thought him beating them wasn't doing enough. He's going to find a way to kick your ass if he don't like your get down. Your get down got to be his get down. Do you want to take a risk of like sending him to like Sacramento? And it's like, well, hopefully he likes our get down here.
So Jimmy Butler is in the last year of his contract. Next year is a player option.
Okay.
So if you are a team like Sacramento, you could, because there's been talks about De'Aaron Fox potentially being on the move. You could send De'Aaron Fox out for Jimmy, and then you just figure Jimmy's probably not going to opt in. Like
Jimmy DeRozan.
Yeah, or he does opt in, and that's fine. I mean,
what's his opt-in number? $45 million?
52.
Yeah, he's opted in, buddy.
But then it's only 1 year, then you're clearing out a ton of cap.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's not the worst risk to take. If you feel like you have a player like,
makes it easier.
Yeah, the player like De'Aaron Fox, who maybe is like going to turn sour, or he might be overpaid if you feel like that way or whatever. The Hawks with Trae Young, I know he's doing well this year, and they're doing well this year.
Yep.
But he does have a big cap number, and maybe they feel like they could probably get what he does for less. That's potential.
Hey,
so.
send him to Charlotte.
Now I don't know about that. I don't know about all that. Yeah.
Let me see him in Charlotte. That's what
I need LiAngelo to make another banger. So
hey, that song is fucking hard.
Oh,
hey, when they first got posted, I'm like, what is this? What am I seeing right now? And then I heard it was LaMelo, and I was like, well, that's incredible. And then I heard it was LiAngelo, and I was like, okay, even better. And then I heard the rest of the song, and I'm like, hey, he kind of talking on here.
No, they put out the cleaned up version today.
Yeah.
It's a banger.
He was like, hey man, I don't know why you old niggas hate on me. I'm just out here trying to hoop and get a little bit of money. All right. Don't worry about what I did in China. You don't know me. All right. We're good. Yeah, I like it. I like his little redemption story. He sounds the song sounds like he's from Texas or like Memphis.
Anywhere but Chino Hills.
When you hear him talk, he sounds like he would be on AD show, like banging on somebody. Yeah, nah, it don't make no sense the way he sounds. You would think them niggas is from Compton. I don't understand what's going on there.
Good stuff, though.
That song is hard. All right, what else we got? Jamal's not showing up.
No, there's no chance.
Shout out to him. Okay.
Shout out to new family members.
This husband divorces his wife. What's this?
It's a wild scene. So, I mean, Romeo Santos, I think he's the lead singer of Aventura, which is massive in the Latin community.
That's a big band.
So this concert was in the DR, and she had a lifelong dream of kissing Romeo Santos. She got brought on stage at the concert. Her husband's not there. Dream fulfilled. Hold on.
Oh,
I don't even know if that's him. Hold on, cheeks out.
Hey,
no, yeah, no,
hey.
yeah.
Oh no,
she popped out.
Oh no.
Oh, I think that was him. It's a whole scenario.
Yo, look what she was wearing, dog.
Sent her out the house like that. I don't know.
If you sent her out the house like that, it's crazy. But I thought, like, when I heard kiss, I was like, okay, she got on stage and like, celebrities give you a little kiss. She jumped in his arms, her booty was out. I saw her head move like this. Oh, this is another. Is this a different
angle? Oh, she was on him.
Oh, she did a lot.
She's ready to go right there. Yeah, this is
She did a lot. Yeah, and ready to go to the point where the husband can't just be like, okay, yeah, you went up there and gave him a kiss. If he would have been like, hey, let's go, you was going.
In the DR too, we can't play these kind of games. That's probably a smaller community that immediately got back to your husband. He felt disrespected. He divorced her.
Ooh, hey. No, thank you. No, thank you.
No math.
Oh no! How old are these niggas? They were been active since '93.
They're them. They're Latin Beatles.
Oh man,
Aventura is them.
She lucky he divorced her. I know how they be getting down there.
Respectfully.
Hey, he put hands and feet on you, ma'am. I don't know why you thought that was go do something safe.
It could have been
not a safe thing to do.
Protect your love.
Speaking of people need to do something safe, why people that do shit like sleepwalk always end up outside naked or in somebody else's bedroom naked? Or why they always end up like why in their sleepy rants? You will hear it sometimes. People like, oh, I get up and I vacuum or something stupid, or I like pretend like I'm vacuuming.
I've never heard that.
But then some people will be like, oh, I get up and I put pillows in the oven and turn it on. Like, what do you try to murder your entire family?
You need to not get up.
Oh, I pop a fucking honey pack and I go try to bang on my neighbor's door and what did you say?
So in all fairness, they didn't. That you're adding sauce onto the story. Joe did not pop a honey pack and go to his neighbor's door. He was just at his neighbor's door trying to punch in the key to get into the apartment.
Joe butt naked sleepwalked out his apartment butt naked and try to get into somebody else's house. Blake, that story ends in murder. You do that at the wrong place.
Well, luckily he was up in the Northeast where that's having
buddy
guns for home protection is not
and
as
then
prevalent.
you said Joe Budden ended up in somebody's bed.
Different story, but that was a while ago. Yes, sleepwalking is a real thing for him.
You talked about how people got to have timed locks if you sleepwalk. That needs to be a law. If it is determined that you sleepwalk, you need to be shackled that night.
I think the first time you get like a sleepwalking charge, like a charge related to your sleepwalking, yeah, there has to be same way like drunk drivers get like the blow-in things. Like there got to be something like you. Just if you want to sleep naked, like you gotta choose up, bro.
Because part of me don't believe you. Like part of me does not believe that you just got up in the middle of the night and just decided I'm leaving, and your body just did it on its own. Your eyes were closed. You knew where to go, but you couldn't see.
I don't know how any of it works, and I agree with you. It all sounds too crazy to be real.
My brain turns on, and so does my body, but my brain's like not all the way on. It's halfway.
Have you ever experienced sleep paralysis?
Yes.
So you know how weird that is. I mean, just imagine like your body is deciding to walk, but you're still in sleep paralysis.
Yeah, but I'm awake when I'm in.
You are in,
but if you're saying like I was awake, but I couldn't stop myself. Like instead of my body being paralyzed, it decided to start walking, and I'm in there, and I'm like, no, please. I couldn't stop. It's like get out, please. No, not the fucking. No, yeah, I'm not going. I'm not going. You're not. People be this lady. There's a lady who's like somewhat famous on TikTok because she used to like get up and sleepwalk, and she'd like go fuck with her husband, or she'd tell jokes, and it's like you're just not sleepwalking. You didn't. Oh, I went in the garage and picked up this blue bin that I put all of our pillows in, and I climbed in and went to sleep. Like that's hella steps to do sleep, dog. I don't believe you. I've slept before.
Why does it not exist anywhere else in nature?
You just find out that fucking polar bears be sleepwalking.
We'd never know, but yeah, that could be a thing.
Yo, yeah, a polar bear crept in my house and slept. My dog has never sleptwalked.
I've never heard of a dog sleepwalking.
Yeah, they always live in somebody's house.
I've seen them having animated dreams where they get to like yip it and like.
Yeah, they do that, but they don't get up. They don't stand. Hey, if you tell your wife, hey, honey, one of our dogs woke up and bit the baby, she'd be like, no, it was awakened. It wasn't no sleepwalk, nigga. He bit the baby.
Ain't nobody going for that.
Yeah, nah. Send Joe Budden to prison. If you with all that shit that Moon, not prison for real, but all that shit that Moon Knight had to do to stop himself from going out and causing torment upon the world, like put the sand around his bed and all that shit. If you get arrested for something you did while you sleepwalk, you got to do all that. You got to lock the door, swallow the key. You can't get it till you shit it out in the morning. Sand around your bed, a timed handcuff. You're cooked. Absolutely.
I get 4 episodes a week and like backstage content from Joe Budden, so I can't lose him. I need it.
They just start streaming him in his process to get out of bed. This thing, sleepwalking. Joe Budden, has he talked about sleepwalking like forever? He's been famous for too long for us to just find out you be sleepwalking.
It's not a constant thing, but when an incident happens, he does talk about it. Like before, like he talked about this incident that just got in the news this week, like 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Did he say he knocked on someone's door butt naked?
No, he said he couldn't discuss specifics of it, but he said like I sleepwalked it at some place that I absolutely should not have been. And you know how I sleep, so 2 and 2 together. Why it's been a constant topic that he sleeps naked.
Why do you sleep naked if you know you sleepwalk?
He said that when he's in his house, most of the time he's just naked.
But you
just how he chooses to live his life.
Blake, you know you sleepwalk.
I don't know if he's ever sleepwalked out his situation before.
But you know you do it, and you don't know what you do when you do it. You don't know if you've never done it.
Could be anything.
Yeah, I don't know. Why would you do it? I don't understand. I don't get it. Niggas is freaks.
He's like, there's no way I can navigate stairs while sleepwalking, so I'm good.
Yeah, I'll break my neck butt naked, but I won't get out of the house. I'll be fine.
On these stairs. I'll be good.
You can just walk. Anyway, we don't need to keep going down the sleepwalking.
No.
All right. Let's talk about some football before we get up out of here.
Hold on. I got a hoop hot take.
Oh, okay.
I was saving that for Jamal, but this is real quick. I only had one that I stored in my head. So the Jamal was like, we had a whole discussion earlier today about going to the barbershop and why it's important to go to black barbershops and why he likes going to his barbershop, because he just like says slander about Michael Jordan and gets the old heads fired up and then leaves. So I was like, maybe we should give Jamal ammo for next time he goes. And I don't even know if this will work, because depending on how they care about this person, it may not work. But I was going to say, Larry Bird is just white Rashard Lewis with a green light.
White Rashard Lewis is crazy, and it's not inaccurate. Hey,
That's
Rashard Lewis was a fucking problem.
He was cold.
Hey, I'm sure I bet you if you pull up their numbers side by side, other than like the raw numbers, but percentages and shit, I bet you they're probably close. Do you think anybody? That's a good comp. You think anybody ever has comped Rashard Lewis to Larry Bird, or do you think in the NBA pro player reference anyone's ever typed in Rashard Lewis versus Reggie Bird or Larry Bird?
No, I think a large part of that is the fact that Rashard was came into the era of the power forward, so he played a lot of power forward. When in reality, that's not probably where he should have been. And I think we lose the ability to compare folks when we know that their position is this and this one's this. Like,
yeah, for sure.
So.
I see it. No, that's a good comp. I don't hate it. I don't have a take as spicy as that one. I just would call a player that they like trash.
Okay, Kyrie Irving's better than Isaiah Thomas.
Oh, somebody would fight you about that.
Place in Detroit.
Somebody might physically harm you for saying that. Hey, you should say that to your dad next time you talk to him. Your dad like who?
Who does he like? You said.
Does your dad like who? Like, does he care about basketball?
Yeah, but he's a Lakers fan, so
yeah, you don't care. You should just say it and see what he says, and see if he calls you a word you don't hear him say often.
He's in Paris right now.
Oh my! Don't ask him that question while he's in Paris. Don't piss him off.
All right, we can go to football.
Let me. The Eagles are some hoes. Is how I'll start that.
The football in me does not understand this decision. You are this close to chasing history. You have a player who could have his name in the books forever. And now, I mean, like, it's not that we don't remember Adrian Peterson in 2012, but at the same time, it's like, it would be a lot different if he got the record or CJ2K got the record. Like, Saquon is right here. He's as explosive as anybody is in the league. Like, you may not need him for a whole entire game. Like, I think you could let him play the first half, and you'd either have the record or you'd be like, all right, he's 19 yards away at this point. Let's give him the first two drives in the third quarter. If he doesn't get it, he doesn't get it.
Yeah. Or if he looks like he's on pace for it, like, okay, because it's 100 yards. If it was 150 or 2, understandable. We're not going to try, and he probably wouldn't care. 100 yards. He's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games all season where he didn't have 100 yards, and
wow,
3 of them came before October was over. So, like, very beginning of the season, that nigga's kicked 167, 150, 124, 107, 255. Like, he's going crazy.
And like, you're playing the Giants, the team that he came from, the team that gave up on him and thought he wasn't worth the money. It was also a division rival, which is, like, I think the Eagles' main rival. Like,
yeah, what are we doing?
Go get him.
Yeah, what are we doing? I can't believe it. And then he comes out and he's like, yeah, I didn't really care about it that much on Sunday, but then I slept on it. I really do want to do it. My dad feels worse than I do because he thought it would have been so cool to have our name in the record books. Like, he's outwardly like, yeah, my family cares about it more than me. It's 100 yards. And Saquon has looked incredibly healthy this year. You obviously can't test like health or like play with it. You giving this man 25 to 30 carries a game all season long, giving him 14 this week ain't gonna matter. And God forbid he get hurt in the next game, or you guys lose in the first round of the playoffs. You lose in the first round of the playoffs and you told, we had to rest you so we could go get scored on by the Rams or whoever we're about to play in the first round of Tampa. We're about to go let Tampa hang 45 on us in the first round of the playoffs.
Look, ref to his soul, for all the flaws that he had, David Stern would never let some shit like this happen in his league.
Fuck no. Fuck no. Hey, Roger Goodell dead ass should make a call and be like, man, if you don't play him,
We do not need to turn the TV on and watch Kenneth Gainwell carries.
I won't. And I saw Bill Belichick and Andy Reid were making a point about resting players. They both have a lot of experience of having the option, and they were like, a lot of it comes down to like you can only choose to rest like 6 guys a week. So you're going to rest these guys until the rest of everybody else to go out there like, all right, fuck off. So like Saquon's not going to play. Kenneth Gainwell is going to play. All the starting offensive linemen are going to play.
But
It'd be different.
Why does ref even?
It doesn't matter. I don't think it matters.
It shouldn't matter here. They have a bye.
They don't have a bye.
How are they not going to have a bye? In the 2 teams for buys?
It's only the 1 seed has a bye.
Oh.
Yeah, since they added the extra team in 2020. They can't get the bye. It's either that Detroit and Minnesota game this weekend decides who gets the bye.
I forgot both of them were popping. You're right. Yeah.
So they have no shot at the bye. But yeah, you're either going to play Washington, who you've beaten the dog shit out of twice, even one without your quarterback. Oh, sorry. No, you beat once. They beat you once without your quarterback. In a game that Saquon had 29 carries for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns because he's fucking nice.
We're going to have a 14-win wild card. That is absurd.
Yep. Or you're going to play because the Minnesota or Detroit's going to fall to 5. Washington, I think, is going to be 6. Tampa could be 7 or 6. So you're probably going to play either Tampa or Washington. You could very well lose in the first round. Just go let him run. Jalen's not playing right now. He got a concussion, but your whole offensive line's out there. I'm sure one of A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith is going to be out there at least for some snaps.
A.J. Brown already said he's not playing this week. He said that like last week after the game.
Okay, so if those two aren't playing, Jalen isn't playing, Saquon's not playing, you can rest 1 or 2 other players, I think, and still have an active roster.
Yeah.
So who do you – I don't know. All your rookies or all your DBs are still about to be playing. Them niggas need more rest than the fucking running back does.
Oh, it's ugly. I really, I hate that.
Don't like it one bit. Yeah, that's just nasty. Especially if it was against Washington this week, I think it would matter less. It's against the Giants.
What do you think about we're talking about rushing records of Genty setting the record? But at the same time, Barry Sanders' record, not including the bowl game or the championship game, of him doing it in like 14, 12 games, whatever it was.
I think I was listening to not Mixtape, but Third Time's a Charm, and they were saying that in that bowl game that they don't count for Barry Sanders, he had like 210 yards or something like that. Why don't they count the bowl game?
It was just a different thing back then. So I guess Genty actually did not break it. He's at 26.01. Barry Sanders is at 26.28, and he did that in I think it was like 11 games or something.
And were you asking what I think about it? Like, is it impressive? Or
yeah, I mean, so I guess I preferenced that wrong at the first week. So I thought Genty got the record. He did not.
Hold on. Let me.
Barry Sanders averaged 238 yards a game.
Yeah, that shit's stupid.
He got it in 11 games. Genty did his in 14 games. Yeah.
Nah, if it was a 1 game difference, sure. 14 games and you only played 1 playoff game. Yeah, no, that's stupid. Let me pull up the list real quick because once I found out that it's a single game. I'm trying to pull up the list of the Russian leaders because I'm less impressed now that I know who's in front of him. Single season rushing yards. There we go. Okay, it's with the extra game now. It's only Barry Sanders in front of him, but you got Melvin Gordon right behind him, Kevin Smith, Marcus Allen, Heisman winner. Go Rashard Penny. Like
dog.
There's some dudes who were nice in college, but the fact that people get this close to this record, I'm not super impressed.
Look at this game log, dude. There's a team on here who's ranked who you would not believe it.
In the Big 8. You talking about
I'm talking about 15th ranked Wyoming down here.
15th ranked Wyoming.
And they walked them 62-14.
Damn. Yeah, click on the game log for that game because I think they said that Barry Sanders had like 200 and something yards in this game, and that doesn't count towards the record.
It's not here. It's too old.
Oh,
yeah.
So maybe they didn't keep stats from the game.
Oh, you talking about Wilt Chamberlain? Don't do that.
Yeah, that's crazy. Nah, yeah. I mean, I guess it was impressive to watch. It was a fun season to like see all his highlights and stuff because I for surely wasn't watching full Boise State game if I could just watch 30 carries and get the gist of it.
I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the conversation surrounding the young man.
You don't like
fed
it
up.
Positively or negatively? What do you mean? Oh,
negatively.
It's because he's a future Saint.
Based on my PFF mock drafts, he might be, but
I don't think there's anything wrong with him as a player. I just think like I do think this season looked better than what we saw that year that Melvin Gordon went crazy. Melvin Gordon I feel like had a lot of like 79-yard sweeps and shit like that where he was just zooming past people. This season definitely looked more fun than that. Like he was getting active. So I think he will be a decent NFL player this season.
Wasn't playing nobody, man. What are we talking about?
He wasn't. I agree.
I've never seen like the strength of schedule and the opponents ignored so much for a player. I hate to say that because I do think he is a good player. I think he's going to be good at the next level. But I hate how it's just completely dropped out of the conversation when it comes to him.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. I think because I don't think like Rashad Penny had 2,200 yards. You knew he was nice, but wasn't nobody saying like, "Hey, this is like he's that guy," because he was at San Diego State. He wasn't playing nobody. You know, give a fuck that he went crazy on San Jose State. Before they had Nick Nash was probably playing there back then in 2017. Whatever that Nick's name is, I think it's Nick Nash. I can agree with he wasn't playing nobody for sure.
Nobody came in talking about Georgia Southern.
Do you think if you put him on Oregon,
he scored 16?
You think you put him on one of the teams that like had a good line or had like you put him on Ohio State? How crazy does he look though?
Not this crazy.
You don't think so? Because them Ohio State running back looking kind of crazy.
It's a program. It's a system over there, and like even Quinshon Judkins went over there and like had a reduced role. Like he did not do what he did at Ole Misses last year on Ohio State, and that's affected his draft stock because they have Jeremiah Smith. Like they have talent to get the ball to. They're not going to give him the ball 35 times a game. Like it's, but there ain't no way around it.
We've seen that Ohio State under a different coach will do that when they got one of the guys.
Will, but they had like they didn't have talent on the outside the same way they did when Ezekiel Elliott was there. Look it up.
Wasn't Michael Thomas on that team?
Like you said, slant man. That's don't try to say he was down the field threat.
Wait, no, they've always had good receivers. They had fucking J.K. Dobbins while they had like Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave out there. You know, they
don't give them the ball 35 times a game. That's what I'm saying.
I think they were giving J.K. Dobbins the ball like 27 times a game.
Look up when Carlos Hyde was there, who they had outside, man, or Beanie Wells, man.
Right, I'm not looking up 2006 Ohio State football. Are those the teams that was having Heisman winning quarterbacks on them and shit? Okay.
Yeah, man.
Okay, yeah, they never have any talent on the outside. You're right. That's my bad.
No, I'm just saying maybe the talent is heavier in the backfield. Okay, look at this. I'm looking at 2008 Ohio State Buckeyes. This team had Beanie Wells, who was.
Why are we talking about 2008 right now?
I'm just naming one person.
Okay.
Leading receiver for like most catches on this team, Brian Robisky.
Okay, so yeah, when they had
number 2, Brian Hartline, who's the coach for the wide receivers now.
Okay, yeah. So they had 2 white receivers in 2008, and you're using
name another one. Carlos Hyde. You want Carlos Hyde?
No, I don't want Carlos Hyde. Give me J.K. Dobbins. Give me J.K. Dobbins.
No, we want Carlos Hyde.
Wow, this is insane.
Carlos Hyde when he got 208 carries, 1,500 yards. What year was this? This was 2013. Okay. Leading for catches on Ohio State, Corey Brown. Of course, Corey Brown. We know Corey Brown.
Corey Brown, number 5 overall draft pick? No, that was Corey Davis. Never mind.
Yeah, that was Corey Davis. This is Corey Brown. It's a different player. Okay, and then number 2 was Devin Smith, Number 3 on the team was Jeff Hurman, a tight end. We know him. We talk about him all the time.
Devin Smith was in the league. He wore number 10, I think, didn't he?
He was drafted by the Jets. He wore 15 and 9 on Ohio State. I don't know who he wore in the league.
Okay. Yeah, no, Devin Smith was in the league. That's the NFL.
J.K. Dobbins, he said.
Yeah. Look at J.K. Dobbins.
Had that talent out there, huh?
How many carries did he have?
301 in 2019.
301. That's a lot of carries.
That's a lot of carries. He leading catch target on that team, KJ Hill.
Okay, God, that's not who I thought it was.
Number 2 is Chris Olave.
Okay.
Well, that's sweet.
Who the fuck is KJ Hill?
I don't know. Number 3, Benjamin Victor. Number 4, Garrett Wilson. So there was talent, but I think Garrett Wilson must have been a freshman at this point.
I think, because Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave got drafted in like 2019 and 2020, I think, or 2020 and 2021, something like that.
So it just seems like it kind of depends on what's going on the outside there. And obviously, Justin Fields' dual threat option there. So,
but if Ashton Genty's capable of putting up 2,600 yards, and in practice he looks like that, they're giving him that pill 30 times a game.
So let's go back to Dobbins here, because I don't think he got it 30 times a game.
Maybe not 30, 26. If he had 301, it probably cost.
They don't have attempts per game on here.
Yeah, but they probably would have played 12 or 13 games, so 26, 25, 4 times a game, something like that.
I can do the quick math. Hold on. 301 divided by 14, 21.5.
They didn't play 14 games in 2019 because they didn't
I'm literally looking at it right here. Do you want to see?
They didn't play. No, don't fucking share the screen.
Okay. It literally says 14
they probably didn't count the bowl like they did for Barry Sanders.
I think the only way you get to 14 is if you count a bowl.
Nah, they did. They did some funny shit. Anyway, we talk about football now. Hey, don't forget there's Saturday football on this week.
It doesn't matter now. I mean, I already got my money back in all my leagues. Did you?
I doubled my money in one league, which was basically the. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I played for free this year.
All right,
because I got $300.
Shout out to us, man.
In second place. Yeah, bitch ass thing. I saw what you try to do.
I didn't. I'm just seeing what's going on.
All right. Yeah. Hey, the league fee doubles for you next year, fuck nigga.
It better not.
I'm not checking you off on the list until you send it twice. All right, Saturday football. We got what should be the MVP of the league, Lamar Jackson playing against the Cleveland Browns. This game matters.
That's a bold statement.
This game matters. Is it a bold statement?
It's a bold statement.
Okay.
I think it's a $3 race for real. But it's not a $3 race, but I think it should be a $3 race.
Who's the third dog?
Joe Burrow.
Oh yeah, it's not a $3 race. I agree with you. I agree with you. Yeah, I thought you was gonna say Saquon. Honestly, yeah, Joe Burrow ain't in that race.
Yeah, gotta be a quarterback. That's the
that boy Joe Burrow is cooking. I tell you
balling.
What. T. Higgins caught the fucking 4 touchdowns and was like, I think I don't want to get paid that much next year. I think I'm fine just playing here. I think I'll be okay.
That may be the better option if you get some brand deals going, NIL.
Yeah. NIL going.
Maybe they're gonna sell no more flat screens this offseason. Shout out to Bengals, man.
But so the Ravens and the Browns play. This game matters for
Ravens
purposes.
Got to, because I think the Steelers are you can see it right there. They're a game behind. So Ravens drop. That's not good.
If the Steelers win and the Ravens lose, the Steelers would get the 3 seed. The Ravens would get the 5. And if the Steelers lose and the Ravens win, then the Chargers could get the 5 seed if we beat the Raiders on Sunday. But if the Steelers win, then they're locked into the 5. And
that's got to be asked to know. You got no shot at your division, and your team is good.
Yeah, it's not great. the Chargers are possibly about to win 11 games, and we're going to finish 4 games back from the division. It's hella frustrating that the Chiefs are still good.
Well, they don't look good.
They really don't.
Winning.
They really don't. They beat us on the fucking. Hey, that last drive, they fucking handled us. So I'm not gonna say on that kick, but they doinked the goddamn kick in,
and they banked it.
And even if we would have beat them in that game, they would still have the division lead on us by 3 games.
That's crazy.
Yeah, fucking can't stand them. But so the Bengals need to also win this game because they'll have a chance to get in the playoffs if the Broncos lose to the Chiefs, who are playing their backups.
I think the Browns said they're not starting DTR too. They picked a different quarterback.
That's probably a good thing.
No, it's Bailey Zapp.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. And
honestly,
look, Jameis is healthy and just sitting there.
Yeah, because they know that nigga's gonna win. That's how bad you know Deshaun Watson is, because they're like, nah, you put Jameis in, we're winning this game. We would have still been rolling out Deshaun Watson if we could have been.
That's crazy to me, man.
Yeah, that's absurd. So yeah, I'll be rooting for the Bengals to beat the Steelers. I don't really care what the Ravens do. I just want to be able to play Houston round one. I'm not 100% sure we're beating them, but boy, it feels a whole lot better going to Houston than it does going to Baltimore.
I like y'all on that one.
Yeah, me too. Houston looks like some crap right now.
That seems very winnable for sure.
We need one. We need a playoff win bad this year.
Oh my goodness. I just opened Takeathon. I did not realize the Bears were on a 10-game stinker.
Bro, they started out 4-2, didn't they?
Yeah, that's what it had to be, because they're 4-12 right now.
They started out 4-2. I think the Lions were undefeated. The Packers were like 4-2, and I think the Vikings were either 4-2 or 5-1 or something like that. They're like, oh, best division in the league. Them niggas lost 10 in a row.
That stinks.
What pick do they have right now?
They are currently at 9.
That's how crazy bad the league is this
year. The league is terrible this year.
A team has lost 10 games in a row, and they have the 9th pick.
We are at 5-11 and have the 10th pick.
Yeah, that's insane. I think the Chargers, were 5-11 last year. We picked 5th.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty bad this year.
That's insane. Let me see what other games we know. The Falcons need to win to get into the playoffs. They need to win.
Yeah, them and Tampa are both like neck and neck.
The Falcons need to win and have Tampa lose for them to get in. If Tampa beats y'all, they're in regardless.
Yeah, that's probably
which is crazy, because I think the Falcons also started out like 6-2.
Actually, you know what? I'm not ruling it out, because Derek Carr supposedly back this week. Olave supposedly back this week. Kamara supposedly back this week. If we could look like the team that we're supposed to be this week for the last week of the season.
If you guys roll out all your starters to play the last game of the season, to tank to end up with the 14th pick, make sure the Bucs don't get in the playoffs, and probably get the interim coach rehired, that's going to be an insane pool.
So I did my research today. We can't fall lower than 11th at the current moment. Okay. The highest we can get is 8th.
Okay, yeah, damn. You in full-blown draft season. That's crazy. I feel bad for you. Chief.
It's all good.
Cowboys Commanders play. I think the Commanders are locked in at the 6th seed.
I should probably
if they lose, the Packers can jump them and go to 5, or go to 6, and they go to 7. So yeah, the Commanders need to win. The Packers need to win. Cowboys and Bears both have nothing to play for currently.
The game we should get to, though, like you brought up, was Lions and Vikings. That is important, because regardless, we're going to have a 14-win wild card, which is absurd.
That's probably going to be the best Sunday night game, like matchup wise, we've ever seen. 2 14-2 teams playing week 18 for the division title, the conference title, a bye, the only bye. The stakes for that game are, and like people made the point with how hurt the Lions are, they need a bye, and they need a home field advantage. If they go from having a bye and home field advantage to having to immediately go on the road to probably play the Rams in SoFi, not fun.
The Rams are sitting starters too, which is crazy, but it's like for their perspective, it's like we have more at risk if we come out and play this game all the way with people getting hurt versus like, we're in the playoff regardless, so we might as well just we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I think there's no good option who they play.
The Seahawks can't make it in, right? So there's also probably a chance the Seahawks don't play all their starters and the Rams don't play theirs.
Yeah.
They probably would, but don't really need to.
They said, I think Puka, Cooper Kupp, Matt Stafford, and one other person are not playing.
Them frail ass receivers don't need to be running no routes this weekend.
No.
Them boys stay getting, every time Puka and Jalen Waddle do the same thing. Well, Puka's much better than Jalen Waddle, but they get hurt or they get tackled and it's like game's over. They limp off the field, and then the next play they come and catch a 65-yard bomb.
Puka don't ever just go down easy though. He's always like trying to crash out. So that's like
he's always trying to crash out. Hey, Puka's fucking nice. I didn't
super nice.
Somebody picked him up in off the waivers last year, and I was like, that was just one game. And it's like, oh, it's been 16 games in a row.
It hasn't stopped.
Yeah, Puka's fucking filthy. Okay, what other games matter? The Chargers need to beat the Raiders. I think we will. The Raiders fucking suck. Oh, good. They just roll out like they bring. You know how people do the thing where they light a bag of dog shit on fire and put it on somebody's porch. They bring 3 bags of dog shit. They light them on fire at the facility every week. They tell you that 2 of them are empty, and you just got to choose one, and then you step on it, and it's dog shit. And no matter which one you choose, it's flaming dog shit. That is what their quarterback room is. They roll out Desmond Ridder, Gardner Minshew, and Aiden O'Connell every week, and it is just absolute dog shit.
But Brock Bowers goes like 9 for 120.
Brock Bowers has 4 touchdowns every game, and somehow they only throw 2 touchdowns a game.
Yeah, 14 points, but he scored 4 touchdowns.
What is happening? I don't understand. Brock Bowers, they're like, he set every record. He set every possible record you can imagine. Most yak, most yards before a catch, most catches, most yards total. It doesn't make any sense how he's been so good. Yeah, I don't understand. But the Raiders fucking stink. I hope they keep this up.
Shout out to Amir Abdullah, who won me my other dynasty.
Hey, Amir Abdullah. Hey, he got a cool celebration. He do like a high karate kick. He kind of look like Luke Kang when he do it.
I didn't even see it
perfectly. Yeah, it's kind of fire.
And they played us in that run.
The Eagles and the Giants play. Who you got Tankathon pulled up still?
I do.
Does it show the odds of what people are to finish with the pick that they have right now on there? Or does it just show with picking like
no, but I think PFF did, and like I think the Giants had like 1% chance to get the number 1 pick at this.
Great, that's awesome. Hey, and I don't know. I think you're probably a little bit higher on him than I am, and I'm not low on him. But I don't know if Shedeur Sanders is a quarterback that I feel like can go just anywhere and be nice.
I think he has a lot of positive qualities that help him on a bad team, but I do think it's all going to come to a head at some point, because I think one of the best things about him, if you didn't know, he's the most sacked quarterback in the league in the college this year. But he's extremely resilient. He gets back up and keeps playing and keeps fighting the entire game. You saw it against when they're ass kicking to BYU. He didn't give up. He stayed in there. He stayed in the fight. I think he has like one of the highest like average depths of targets down the field too. So you talk about a team like the Giants who have like a Malik Neighbors, who is a dynamic target down the field. He probably makes some use of that. They have that dude from Tennessee too, who was like dope in college. And
Jalen Hyatt
yeah. I think all those things could work together, but it just gets to a point that you can't just rely on the fact that your quarterback can eat hits. Like it's going to break at some point.
And the Giants have seemed to give up a lot of those sacks. Might have been Daniel Jones, but I imagine if you're the most sacked quarterback in college football, you probably going to carry some of that trend over to the league.
1,000%.
That ain't the place to be for that. I mean, they do got a good rookie running back. Tyrone Tracy look good. Malik Neighbors look good. Wandale Robinson's useful. They got some pieces there. I don't know if Shedeur doesn't look good there. I just don't know if it's like, oh, you put him on the Raiders and he's good. You put him on the Giants and he's good. You put him on like all these teams that you see, the Browns, and he's good. I don't know if he's overcome any situation, because we see, like we're seeing with Baker, how he looks, and then Darnold, how he looks. Not all quarterbacks have the mental fortitude to overcome.
So as of now, like, I mean, I think the Giants still have a pass to the number 1 people. Like I said, it's like 1% or something like that. They're at number 4. So we should not have to worry about that. I just started another mock draft on PFF, and Shedeur goes number 2 to the Titans.
So if you put him on the Titans, do you feel good about anything enough on the Titans right now to think that Shedeur, you just drop him in there and it's bread and butter right away?
I do think Westbrook Akine, good target. Calvin Ridley, good target. That's about where it ends, though. So,
offensive line, not good.
Yeah, I don't. They've obviously got to figure some things out. We've seen that they are willing to shake things up. They went and got DeAndre Hopkins. It did not work out, but they did it. So I mean,
They
maybe
do
we'll do it
love.
again.
They also got Julio. They got Andre Johnson. They love to go get a AB is available.
They could, they'll do something. I mean, it could be Chris Godwin coming off that injury.
Ooh, I don't hate that.
Yeah, it could work. I don't watch a lot of Titan football though on purpose.
Yeah. I mean, they got a decent defense, but I don't know. Some of these franchises that I feel like we see the same like couple rotate in. We'll see some, the Chargers will sneak in there every once in a while. Saints might sneak into the, the top every once in a while. But you see the same like 7 teams. The Jets are always there. The Jags are always there. The Giants are always there. The Browns are always there. I don't want Shador necessarily going to these teams. It's like we see Trevor. It's like the Browns have had Trevor for 5 years and they've picked in the top 5, I think 4 times.
The Jags.
Yeah.
You said the Browns.
Sorry, the Jags have had Trevor for 5 years, and I think they've had him for 4 years, and they picked in the top 5 3 times.
Yeah, they have back-to-back number 1 picks at one point.
And they're picking in the top 5 again. So at least 3 times. Like you could put a great talent, and that team we feel like has talent, but they keep sucking. And I feel like Shador could very easily end up being that maybe not Tennessee. I could see Tennessee making some shake, but Tennessee's made a lot of people look like they suck. I don't know.
I would like to see him on the Raiders or the Giants, but I mean, how realistic that is, I don't know.
I would love to see him on the Raiders because they would give up on him so quickly. He don't beat the Chiefs, or he don't win that division in 4 or 5 years. That contract come up, they don't want to pay him. He maybe got arrested. He maybe got caught in a hotel room doing something he wasn't supposed to be doing with somebody he wasn't supposed to be doing it with. And yeah, I think the Raiders will get up off him quick.
Jacoby's been balling, man. It could happen.
Kobe
Myers.
Get out of my face. All right. There's not really any other games that I think have much ramification. The Dolphins can get in if they beat the Jets and the Broncos lose. I think the Colts are eliminated. Yeah, the Colts are eliminated. The Bills have nothing to play for. The Patriots have nothing to play for other than the number 1 pick. I think the Patriots can get a haul for that number 1 pick, though.
You think they would move it?
I do.
Right now, the mock I just did had Tutoria McLean going there, the 1.
I like that, but you don't need to take him at 1. If you don't take him at 1, he's going to be there at 7. He'll be there at 8.
What are you taking from the Raiders for them to give you 8 and you go back there?
Picks, not players. Picks.
Yeah.
And I think the Patriots need more bites at the apple because that defense was some butt this year, but they got some decent pieces over there. Go get you another receiver next to Christian Gonzalez. Get you a little pass rush situation fixed up a little bit. Get you a little receiver. You can find a running back for the Chiefs. Yeah, I think the Patriots. You get a couple extra picks, get a couple extra bites at the apple. You can do something cute, or you go down to 4 if the Giants think, hey, we need to make some shake. I can see Joe showing he tried to trade up last year on that show we watched. I can see him try to get up to 1. He tried to trade with the Patriots, and they said no. This year they might be like, all right, Joe, you can take the number 1 pick, and Fleece is dumbass. He get fired.
What are the Giants taking at 1? Cam Ward
or Shador? One of the two. I think I think they probably really want Shador.
I don't think that realistically they need to get to either pick 2 or 3
for sure
and take whoever is left.
Where do you think Travis is going?
This has him going to the Jaguars.
I think that makes more sense than him going 1 or 2 because I know they got the corner from Michigan going ahead of him. I don't know if you take him over him. But if you don't know, if it's going to be if you don't know where you want to play him necessarily, I feel like that could add some frazzle to it because I don't know if you play on both sides of the ball. So if you can't decide, then
he's not getting past Carolina at 6, though. I know that much.
Yeah, I could see Carolina making sense. Put him next to JC Horn.
Well, or if he's the wide receiver help too, I don't know. Whichever one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bryce Young seems to be cooking. So
Bryce Young seems to be cooking, brother.
might have figured it out.
He seemed to. Hey, he sat on the bench. They said, "Learn from Andy Dalton." And he said, "I will," and I did.
He said, "I understand it now."
I understand it now. Yeah. Okay. I see a lot of Ashton Genty going to the Cowboys. You think he makes it past the Saints?
I don't think he makes it past the. Based on what just happened with Christian McCaffrey, does he make it past the Niners?
No. Oh my God! Please do not let some fucking. Don't let Kyle Shanahan get Ashton Genty.
Cowboys about to draft Scadaboo.
Oh yeah, they like that. They like that.
That would do numbers.
He's right. He's right up their alley. They got the Seahawks taking an offensive tackle named Ariante. His name's spelled AIREONTAE. Ariante.
Shout out the Golden Gophers.
I think that would be Seattle's third first round tackle in the last 4 or 5 years.
Doing numbers.
To fix the offensive line that they can't seem to fix.
They could take Emeka Ibuka and add him to next to another Ohio State wide receiver. He's also from Stilicho, I believe. So
he is, and you could trade DK's bum ass away. Somebody will overpay for him. DK Metcalf looks like the Cat William, the 300 looks like the Rolls Royce. The Rolls Royce pulled up. Anytime you put him next to another receiver, like every time it's like, oh yeah, him and AJ Brown is like the comp. AJ Brown's so much fucking better than him. He's kind of like Calvin Johnson. Calvin Johnson's like
everybody's like way more reliable than him, or just consistent.
That nigga be out there having hissy fits. If Jamal was here, he'd be saying, "What does he say? Bisexual rage."
I've never heard that one, but I believe you.
Hey, the DK Metcalf go on the bisexual ultimatum.
Oh no, he's gonna be there, JR.
Oh no! All right,
who's Sandy? Oh no,
oh no! Oh, somebody knocking the bottom out. Where they got that? Where they got Buddy from? Oh, they got Emeka Ibuka going to the Steelers on here. I can already smell.
That sounds like a Steeler move.
I could smell the behavioral problems bubbling up. We find out Stilicum's the hood all of a sudden.
Oh, he's from an embattled environment.
Tankathon got the Giants taking Jalen Milroe. Hey,
okay.
Hey, Jalen Milroe might be Daniel Jones, but shorter.
I hope everything works out for him, but he might stink.
Hey, his passing yards this season, 2,800 yards, 16 touchdowns, 11 picks.
I saw somebody in like the game right after they lost. It had an Alabama player on Reddit. It said, "I'm tired of us being his figure it out school."
Yo, man, Bama, I feel like historically has some ass quarterbacks. He is impressively bad.
He's the worst. He's the worst since Brody Croyle.
Yeah, that's not. Hey, they got the Colts taking Harold Fannin, that tight end from
I need it.
Hey, he gonna look like Mo Alley Cox right away. I don't even know what this brother look like. I know he gonna look like he gonna be 6'8" with dreads all of a sudden.
I think he led the nation in receiving yards by like 300.
Yeah, he went crazy. He had 117 receptions, 1,500 yards. Do you know what his stats were last year?
I have no idea. I just know this year he went nuts.
He had 44 receptions for 623 yards. What the fuck happened? That he got almost 3 times as many receptions and 3 times as many yards.
They just need to give him the ball. That's all it was.
What?
They had to change OCs. That had to be what that is.
Yeah. Somebody saw the fucking vision. My goodness. All right. We got
117 catches.
They got the Chargers taking a tight end in the first round. I'm telling you right now, I'm acting the fuck up. We take a tight end in the first round.
And it's not Brian Fannin?
No, it's Tyler Warren. It's the dude from
Penn State?
Penn State, yeah.
He's cold, too.
He had 98 receptions, 1,100 yards. It's great. 200 rushing yards as a tight end is insane.
Mm-hmm.
They got him as the second tight end off the board. So they got 2 first-round tight ends. I don't think there's a world where a tight end can be good enough to be a first-round draft pick. Unless it's Brock Bowers out the gate.
Wasn't Tony G first round?
So that's what I'm saying is like
That's Hall of Fame for sure.
In order to be a first round pick, you have to immediately be Travis Kelce, Brock Bowers, Tony Gonzalez, like one of those caliber guys, and the league usually has like 3 of those at any one time.
To be fair, I mean, as we know, Brock Bowers is immensely talented. He's also on a situation that's immensely devoid of talent, so
for sure,
might be inflated a little bit right now. Because
I
know Kyle Pitts had good numbers year 1 too.
I'm gonna say this: Devontae Adams never looked like Brock Bowers has looked in that offense. He's been there for 3 years.
No.
Not for a single. I mean, maybe for a singular game, he's looked like that. But that boy looked great every game.
Yeah, Brock Bowers looks inevitable.
I fucking hate players like that too. Travis Kelce is that way, where it's like if you don't see him on the screen, you know he's just open somewhere. He's just standing open.
That's how I feel about George Kittle. It seemed like his counting stats per game never be that much, but it's like, yo, we need one. Like, here goes Kittle on the 3rd and 14, catches the ball like 7 yards short and drags 4 people.
Why does he be so open? And he don't be fast either. He'll blow by one person and now they're on his back and he's like, oh, that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm gone. Yeah. I will say that you and Jamal had a bad year for football takes, I think.
Oh, for sure. There's no way
you guys
we didn't.
Told me George Kittle was bad. That nigga looked like the best tight end in the league. The Jets was going to be fired. They couldn't be worse.
Buddy.
Y'all told me. I think y'all both had the Chargers winning less than 7 games. I should sock on you for that.
I think I had the Saints in double digits.
You definitely had the Saints winning 12 games. Yeah. Not great.
Mm-mm.
I think Jamal had the Jags winning like 10 of them bitches. They ain't won. The Jags ain't won 10 games in 2 years. He thought they was winning 10 games this year. That's crazy.
I still don't hate my Saints tank. We got extremely injured, so
you did. It seems like New Orleans has a problem staying on both feet.
Yeah, we lost Derek Carr, we lost Rashid Shaheed, we lost Chris Olave, we lost Taysom Hill.
I meant the city in general.
Kamara.
It's just cursed. That stadium cursed.
I have no comment on the matter.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Let's see.
It is the home of voodoo, though, so something might be going on.
I've played Mafia 3. That's all I'm going to say.
You should watch Baddies. Or not Baddies, Jocelyn's Cabaret.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to put that on as soon as we get off here.
No, you're not. Just know, the final episode, these women are battling for $50,000. Which is not a small sum of money, but it's also an amount that a lot of people probably make in a year. Either way.
You winning $50,000, you'd be the brokest person on this show by a country mile. Please don't.
A woman wanted to do her big one with some chick that had a problem with the entire season, chose to strip butt naked and put like a foxtail butt plug in, then get into a fight.
When you say chose, like she knew she was going to fight after she did that?
Yeah, she was like, hold on, I'm taking this dress off. I'm fighting. And went to her room, came back out. Looked like the day she was born with the foxtail butt plug.
Hey, there's a level of deranged that I can't imagine the thought process like, ooh, I'm mad. I'm going to run away and go put something in my butt before I go fight. Hey, imagine if the person that wanted to fight you chased after you and now you're stopped putting something in your butt when they get on you.
But wait, after she fought the girl, she threw the butt plug at her. The Zeus Network, $5.99 a month. Like, you can't beat it.
You're telling me you pay $5 a month and you watch the woman yank something out of her booty? You
just see it loose next. You don't see the actual motion of it coming out.
So you know it was in there and then you know it wasn't. So
exactly.
You seen the woman pull something out of her booty.
Shout out Lamel Plummer, aka Lemon Pepper, who is the proprietor of Zeus.
I know she big.
Oh, that's a man.
Okay.
And if you want to get in the level 2 Zeus drama, is in a lot of mess because apparently he's involved a lot of people on baddies he's not supposed to be involved with. He's also involved with the person who does the reunions, and it's a lot. It's a lot going on.
Okay, so he a hoe that on the TV channel. Okay, yeah, he needs to be jailed. He's not making it to the time capsule of humanity.
I don't know much better values in entertainment. It's up there at Game Pass.
All right, man. All right. Well, that's all I've got for this evening.
Same.
Perfect. I think that's it. Jamal did join us in spirit at 8:45.
I don't give a fuck about none of that. I'm going to Buc-ee's tomorrow.
Oh shit!
Yep, brisket sandwich on me.
Oh, you about to act up?
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, that's it for me. We out. Peace.
UAV online, y'all.